He watched his father go to different political campaigns. He watched his father lead the people of Agusii. He watched his father transform education sector of Agusii into one of the best in the country and put Kisii land in the limelight. This young man was not just born without purpose. He was a young man that was born because his father instilled leadership in him from a young age. From what you just saw, he is passing the mantle to his own son. And this is what true leaders do. Charles Chwea Matoke has had this journey that has been very transformative. He's an adjunct professor of economics. He's a father. He's a son. He's a friend. He's a mentor. And he's dynamic and he's charismatic. He speaks his mind. He has integrity. He has the training of the army, one of the best in the world. He believes in honor. He believes in just service. Today we are proud that we sit in front of him, that we consider ourselves to be his friends. I can't say much about the man that we are here for today without having somebody so close to him tell us something about Charles. Please, welcome, Madam.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Habari za jioni. Karibuni sana nyumbani kwetu. Tumefurahi kwa kuitikia mwaliko wetu, kwa sababu tungewaalika wengine msingefika, lakini kwa kuchukua muda wenu kwa mvua yote hii lakini mkafika, tunashukuru sana. Tunasema asante na Mungu azidi kuwabariki. Mbele yenu ni mume wangu mpendwa Charles Chwea Matoke. Naombeni sana mfikishe habari hadi kwa ndugu zenu huko nyumbani, watupe kura. Asanteni.
It's a journey that is not only going to start today. It's not the beginning of a journey, because this journey has been there. This journey will be there. Only that we are in this journey together to make sure that we take Charles to the finish line. Remember Eliud Kipchoge, when he set out to break the world record. In front of him, he had his cause trusted people who he called the pace setters. And as Charles, as you sit here today, rest assured that you have able and humble pace setters right in front of you. And to that, I say thank you very much. I need somebody to come here and define for me why. Because as we go through the journey of tonight, I think we're going to have to answer the 5 whys that we're always being told about. The first thing is, why are we here? I want to also call somebody who's very close to Charles, somebody who knows him very well, none other than Charles's brother. Makofi. Apologies that Peter wouldn't be here, but we'll speak about him down the line.
Hey, hello. Wairobi. Habari ya jioni. Yeah, so uni brother wangu. I think amenishinda miaka 2, but tumegrow pamoja. Yeye ndo angepewa pesa ya transport tokorwe skuru antewin ntareme erata para. No, seriously, ilikuwa hivyo. So in short, ni amekuwa brother mpoa akini protect, but on a serious note, first off, mi na acknowledge the fact that aliamua kuomba kura za governor. Number one, I believe kwa watu wenye wanaomba kura, na ni kitu personal, this is my personal opinion. I believe ideologically kwa watu wanaomba kura, Kisii County, Charles Matoke ndo the best candidate. Na hiyo ndo sababu mimi ombi langu ni apate chance ya kuongelesha wa Kisii. That's all. Hizi vitu zingine akishawaongelesha wataamua. Because you know the difference is so clear. I think atatake Kisii to the international level, na watu kama Simbarati wanaweza itake to the national level. So most definitely watu wengi wanataka kugo international. One thing najua juu yake ako principled na habend laws, na on the other hand ni mtu very supportive, na ni mtu anaweza read mind yako, si lazima uongee sana. That's one thing niko sure. Na mimi simsupport juu ni brother yangu, na msupport juu niko sure Kisii itakuwa in safe hands. Especially washikane na we have so many leaders here. Personally, mimi ni fan wa Nyangenya Job, na nimekuwa nikimfollow for some time. So I hope pia atapata chance. I think Mangerere wanaomba kura Dominic, a very good leader. Kama Skoronga alikuwa former KWA leader, pia ni mzuri. So our leaders wakipata chance ya kuenda home, wengine wetu tuko na so many ideologies kwa akili, but hatuna njia ya kurelay. Nikienda niambie mtu Kisii ataona, you know. But na hawa wakienda huko, accessing office will be easy. So kitu mimi naomba kwanza leo ni, kabla utoke hapa, piga picha na Charles, upload to Facebook. Sometimes clout inawaki hivyo. Andika tu niko na my next governor blah blah blah. Picha tu. And then the next thing, tuko na event December 19th, Scotia na venue, labda Charles ata confirm. Tuko na finals za mpira huko Kenya. So kama unaweza nunulia hata watu wawili watatu, watumie transport, waambie juu ya venue, waprintia hata t-shirt ukiweza, wakuje, because we need numbers. It's a game of numbers, and it's a game of numbers and nothing but numbers. So otherwise wengine wetu tuko ready kuenda ground. It's an exciting experience kwa wengine wetu. Like I said, niko nyuma ya Charles because of his ideologies, si juu ya brotherhood, sincerely. Na niko almost certain ata make it. So tukiweka card, and hata ukiangalia future after hawa Kinongeri na Machogu, there is no one. Kunaenda kuwa na very big gap hapo katikati yenye niendi amekuja kufeel. So asanteni, any support mta offer inahitajika.
Thank you very much. I think as we go through the night, those that are closest to Charles are the people that actually get to define him better than those that have picked up friendship along the process. Because the kind of person he is, or the leader is also defined by the family that he has. Spoke about very briefly about his dad. From what I know, having grown up, born and raised in Kisii. But I can't really speak profoundly about Charles as much as Charles' own mother can. Mama, kuja usalimie wananchi. Makofi kwa mama tafadhali. DJ, wapi wimbo ya mama? Wapi wimbo ya mama? Acha mama kuja. Acha mama salimie wananchi. Makofi kwa mama, makofi kwa mama. Ibiriri atonga ibiribyo mongina.
Wa. Na bakwa ndimbia mule. Mbia mule naende. Agini mgateli ngana inumoroche. Ndiro. Kwa majina naitwa Helen Matoke. Ni mama ya Charles Matoke na wengine kama Nelson na Peter na Elizabeth na wengine. Niko na furaha tele kwa sababu mumefika hapa, na niko na furaha kwa mtoto ambaye niliachiwa mikononi na sasa amefika wakati anafuata nyayo za baba yake. Baba yake alikuwa mtu wa siasa sana. Kwa wale ambao mnamjua, mnamfahamu, alikuwa mtu wa siasa. Lakini sikujua ya kwamba tena alipotoka siasa itaingia katika boma langu. Lakini sasa imeingia. Na kama imeingia, tunaombea huyu mtoto awe kama baba yake na wanafanana na baba yake. Vile mnamuona hivi wanafanana. Kitu tu ni urefu kidogo. Kwa sababu baba yake alikuwa mweupe, mfupi na si mfupi sana. Hapo tu ndiye ana kwa hivyo my son, I urge you to be like your dad. You know the name you have now in Kisii County is your father's name. Wherever you go, people say, if it is Matoke's son, we wanted to give Matoke governor. If the son has come, we have to give him. So, because your dad gave you that name, you know now you are not Charles. You are not Charles now. It is Christopher Matoke who is asking for gubernatorial. So, wherever you go, please, my son, chukua hiyo tabia ya baba yako. Kuwa kama baba yako. Baba yako alikuwa anasaidia watu. Hata chokora, wakati alikufa, machokora waliishi kwangu for 3 weeks. 3 weeks wakakataa kabisa kuenda na wapikia, wanakula, wananilishia ng'ombe, wanafieka, wanafanya kila kitu. Machokora wa Kisii Town. Kwa hivyo, hakuna mtu alikuwa anasema huyu ni tajiri, huyu ni akopua, ama huyu ako namna gani. No. Alikuwa anapenda kila mtu. Kwa hivyo kama umeingia katika kiatu cha baba yako, kuwa kama yeye. Na tumuombee. Sisi tunamuombea na Mungu ampatie. Hayo tu ndio niko nayo. Na mengi tutaendelea kuyazungumza. Na vile mnaniona hivi, niligonjeka tangu February. Lakini Mungu amenisaidia. In a month, mwezi umepita ndio nimekuwa vile mnaniona hivi. Nilikuwa sisimami niongee na nyinyi, nilikuwa tu kwa kitanda, lakini Mungu ni Mungu. Na huyu msichana mwenye ametoka hapa alikuwa ananiosha kwa bathroom. Alikuwa ananipeleka bathroom ananiosha. Lakini sasa Mungu amenilinda, nimepona na nimeweza kusimama hapa na kuongea. Na Mungu awabariki.
Thank you, Mama. I think you're a blessed man. Anytime you have your mother's blessing, that's the greatest blessing you can have. Na vile Mama amesema, you're riding high because of your family values, and that is actually your DNA. Now, Charles has lived among us for years. We've cultivated relationships, friendship, and it's the reason why we're here, because we believe in him, what he has done to each of us personally. Myself, I've been touched by him, He's helped me, supported me. He's been there for me through thick and thin. And that's what true friendship are. And Charles, here in Arlington, Texas, he has neighbors. I want to call one of the neighbors here, Evan Sangweni, to just give us a brief account of who Charles is from a neighbor perspective. Evans.
There is nothing to report. He's a good neighbor. Right? So if we were Nyumba Kumi, the first thing to ask is the record of this guy, right? So his record is very clean. Good man, as clean as you can see. Well, it's a good evening, wonderful day that we have all been looking forward to. I've known this guy. I call him Abagusii. You know, when we are having our little, peer talk, we go to one another, Abagusii. There is a whole lot that I cannot talk about this guy. A lot. Perhaps someone who write a book, Sylvester would do that job. Wonderful young man that I met several years ago when I joined the United States of America as a young man after graduating from high school. Then we all met here. Perhaps we were all chasing a dream. The dream that, after high school you want to be somebody. And then I believe that that dream has changed to be something. You want to be a leader, there are those aspirations you have as an individual. What do you want to become after a certain stage? That is what this man is doing. So we have worked together. I love this guy, just like you do. Perhaps more, Liz loves this guy more than anyone else, but all of us love this guy, for real. Charles has done a lot of things for me. And I believe that he has done several good things for a lot of people out there, especially in the good county of Kisii. If we start talking about the goodness of this man, we'll spend the whole night here. And that's not why we're here, Charles. I believe that we're here to support this guy, not financially, perhaps spiritually. Pray for this guy. A man that is brave enough. Brave enough. Can you imagine such a young guy going to challenge the status quo back home? I know you know how tough it is. Corruption. So for you to challenge the status quo, you have to be corrupt. But this guy has decided to be clean. I said clean as you can see him. That is Charles. And this is the message I have, especially for the young people in Kisii. And I believe that we will deliver this message. If not now, in December, because we have started a journey. Charles and I, we used to joke around. And I tell him, man, kuna ile mchezo mnaanza, and then it becomes something big that you cannot stop. And then you say, now let's go. Charles and I, we used to joke. Yaga say, hey, governor. I told him, man, don't say it louder. I don't want my wife to hear that. I'll be in trouble because I'm not ready. This guy wakes up and said, man, I'm not going to wait for anybody to tell me go. I'm going to do this thing. This man right here. I want to tell you one thing, Charles. In you carry the aspirations of many. You carry the hopes of many people. A lot of people are looking up to you. You inspire a lot of people. Personally, if I were to become somebody in the near future, I'll owe it to this guy. This guy. That it can be done. He is already a winner. You like it or not, he has won. He has won. Believe you me. Simple. A lot of people, good money, corrupt money, they have stolen money, but they have no idea what to do about it. Stand before people and tell them, hey, I want to be a leader. This is what I want to do. They have no idea. In other words, they have run out of ideas. This man, what makes him stand out, we say in this, CO Semnet, because all the politicians are good people. My good brother Dominic is a good guy. Very nice guy. Wish him well. He's one of those guys who will bring about change. Something, because the league that just is anacheza ni ile ligi kubwa. Some of us were enjoying the comfort of a lagoon. Mama ite lagoon. A lagoon na macha aliyatulieteiga. You can't go anywhere. There's nothing to trouble you. You're just sitting there. You are enjoying the comfort. This guy decided to venture into the deep seas. Who are you? As young as he is. This guy. That is going to challenge the Aratis of this world. Can you imagine? The man that I have known for all these years. Tunacheza up, you know. Let us wish this guy well. And several other guys who are aspiring to lead our people. This is the message I have for you. Tonight we called you here for one reason. Please, good people, let us encourage Charles. Let us give him the moral support that he needs. All of you, Ngusitokoro twins, majority of us, you've seen the level of hopelessness. People learned, equipped with the required education, but they don't know where to go next. Absolutely. We need to change the narrative. It's not about roads anymore. It's about jobs. You guys know what happens here. It's all about jobs. That is what we need our people to know. Learn to know what is it that you want. Charles, bro, don't give up. Soldier on, because you are a soldier. Keep going. Some of us will stand with you, by you, and no matter what, we'll work with you. Love you so much, man. Pray that you get it. Yes. I come from Nyamira. Besides being a good neighbor here in the Metroplex, naishi hapa karibu. Most of the time tunashinda na yeye. But back home, I'm a neighbor too. I know one thing. Because we are one people. Abagusii, we are one nation called Abagusii Nation before this demarcation. If Kisii does well, if Kisii shines, Nyamira will see the light. That's one thing that I know. That's why I'll work so hard to make sure that this guy realizes the dream. Please join me. That's what I say. Join me. Join me in ensuring that Charles becomes the next governor of Kisii, because I know he has what it takes. Thank you so much. Love you people. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Arasa. Thank you, everybody, for coming. My name is Sylvester Luoch. I'm Charles's neighbor here. But beyond being a neighbor, I consider Charles a younger brother. And to that extent, talking of younger and age, I think that's what brought the story I was talking to Chairman Aras about today. And my biggest fear that I've seen, and what holds the world behind, is that we put too much premium on experience. But one thing I want us to carry out of here today is to learn to kill experience in your mind. Experience is too expensive. Just replace it with principle, right? If I'm very experienced and I'm 90 years old, I've already lived 20 years past my prime. That experience means nothing. I'll be buried with it. Principle lives on. So I'll talk about Alexander the Great very briefly. I'll draw the parallels and I'll stop there. So what I was thinking about was that when Alexander the Great's father died, he was only 20 years old. By the time he turned 21, he was anointed king. And this is before Christ. And in those days, you only conquered through brute force. There was no thinking, there was no strategy. The only strategy was how to think and hit hard. So Alexander the Great didn't even wait to turn 21. He started expanding his empire. He didn't wait for age to catch up. He lived on principle. Alexander the Great never lived to be 33. He died at the age of 32. In those 11 years, Alexander the Great had conquered Eastern Europe, Western Europe. He had conquered all the way to South Afghanistan, parts of India. He had moved north to where ice could no longer let him move on during the winter. That's when he stopped. The name of the city now escapes me, but it's named after Alexander. It's called Alexandria. In English, it translates into Alexandria the farthest, which means he put a beacon on the highest point he conquered. He was only 32. So Charles, and I don't want to meddle in Kisii politics. It always brings trouble. But I want to talk on principle. You will live here. There will be people who will bring experience. And that's why I'm trying to ensure we replace that part with principle. Principle endures. Experience goes both ways. Yeah? I can be experienced. Yes, I'm an experienced thief. That is still experience. I could be experienced in mediocrity. Right? I'm the very person who has been building bridges using wood. Now, I want to lead the youth of Kisii into agricultural industry. And historians here know when the agrarian revolution happened. You know when the industrial revolution happened. The kind of idea somebody like Charles will be talking about is the information industry. Data. How will we play in the league of information technology, fintech, the kind of things that drive life today? So, principle, principle, principle. The narrative living here, if somebody tells you about Charles's age, about Charles's experience, this is a man of dignity, integrity, and his military training has inculcated urgency in him. There are things he will be able to do in Kisii that these people have waited since he was born to do and they've never done. So when we live here, 3 things. Key talking points are only 3. Number 1 is principle. Number 2 is principle. And number 3 is principles. Everywhere the word experience comes in, replace it with that. And we live to see a day that when I visit Kisii, I'll be proud of you sons and daughters of Kisii who are here, who will make that happen. I can only be a keen admirer. I have no role to play. But please, I believe in this guy. I've known him about 6 years. And we have a personal development group. And when we sit there, there are 2 things that we count on Charles and another young man called Newton to do. Is to tell us, iyo tusingoje, let us do it now. You see? Because they come from a military background where the commander's request is tantamount to what? An order. So these guys take it as an order voluntarily and they get it done. So you Kisii people, count on someone who gets something done, not tomorrow, not next minute, now. Yeah.
Good job, man.
Kuna sababu ya watu wengine tena waongee. Si tumalizie hapa. One thing I kept on telling you from the beginning, and this is going to be the narrative the entire night, is that, when you look at a man, look at who surrounds him, right? If somebody comes from all the way here to speak so highly of Charles and is Charles' closest friend, that tells you Charles is, because if Charles was Mutuogo Chini, he wouldn't be surrounded by all these brains. You tell me how Kisii County is going to be transformed if these are the kind of people that surround Charles. Makofi kwako, Charles. Sylvester, I knew Charles was good, but you made him look gooder. When he gave a speech at the mall, and he gave a speech about I have a dream, Martin Luther was 36 years old. Can you believe that? 36 years old. So he gave a speech that moved the world, a speech that is referenced by historians, a speech that has been used to drive movement, because in each and everybody, he gave people hope. He gave people belief that if you dream long enough, you will achieve. You're about the same age. That's why I believe that at that age, that's where transformation happens. That's where great things happen. Nelson Mandela wasn't too old when he went to prison. We don't wait for our fathers to continue leading us when they have educated us, when they've given us the resources, when they've given us land, when they have allowed us to create our own wealth. This is the prime age when the mind is at its sharpest. One of my friends, he's here with us, and I'd like to welcome here. Well, somebody mentioned him, and I also had him in mind, Nyangenya, as you walk to the front. He's one guy who also has a resolve, determination. He has vigor, and he's also one of Charles's strongest allies and supporters. As he speaks to us, I want him to emphasize on where. We are here to answer the 5 whys, right? Where is this thing going to happen? And who's the man who's going to do it? Nyangenya.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Good evening again. Are you guys happy? Yes. Abangina iriria tango. Abangina ruteke iriria to. Naende. Abasacha bukie bichuli. Asante sana. My name's Job Nyangenya Womanga. I'm a great friend to Charles. And I'm here to say today, Charles, that I believe. I met Charles about 6 years ago, a young, charismatic man, who I have heard about while I was at the University of Nairobi from Mtumishi Geoffrey Mugire. He told me about you when you were at USIU. I never knew I would come to meet you here in America. He talked highly about you. I wanted to meet you so that I can learn 1-2 from you. Fortunately, when I came to America, I met him here. You know, sometimes you don't believe when you meet somebody who you have heard highly about. Charles was very humble. He was wearing a short. He likes wearing shorts. He's a .com guy. Then, one day, we were at Machani Gitoi's pre-wedding, and Charles was our chairman. Somebody provoked Charles. Everybody was furious. But Charles said, wait, he's right. We don't think the same. I looked at him. How did you manage that? I can't tell you, minto. Ebintu byenseyega nebyenseye. Abantu barenseyega mbayibuli tutukolimo. Ebichale bibya wombere ngaine kamata byaya ntokole ngana no nasebirengerero. That is the man who is sitting here. That is the man I believe can deliver. This man in 2017, I was going home to contest together with Oruoch, Evans, Ezra, and their company. They overwhelmingly supported me. Charles, I believe. They told me, back on the t-shirt, a container, Kenya. And they came with t-shirts when I was launching my campaign at Metro Community Church. Charles, I believe in you. When he says he will, he does. That is Charles. Charles also believes in me. Yes, sir. This guy, I always look at the speech you gave. And this is what he said. Nyangenya. Kenda Kenya, chibese jitua ko ira nembusa. Igonta itenkwa prank check. Uno mwambio kwa nomination iga. Chibese chiruta itena choko rikasa check yeyo. Charles believed in me. Charles, I believe in you. When I came back from Kenya, I called people at Havana Hall to tell them thank you and give them my report card. Some people had already despaired. He told me, he is here. Yeah, I want to go to the Yaban. Nga wachi te ga rio kanyore siro bone no koreta. This man told me, Nyanganya, you are doing the right thing. This is a leader that would serve as Kisii. Charles, I believe in you. When he came there, he spoke. Then I told Charles, one day you will contest. I told him in 2018, Charles, one day you will contest. I don't know when, but I know you will. Why did I tell him that? It is because I have watched this man keenly, and I believed in him. Charles, I believe in you. When this guy said he's going to contest, a lot of people started laughing at him. Omoishoyo, achikubolio bogavana. E county ya Kisii, ya gendo mutako na mamata ya bolio bo MCA. Mwalimu Dida, the presidential candidate, came from Kenya. He invited Charles to go to Houston. Charles told me I accompanied him to Houston. I went with Charles to Houston. On our way to Houston, Charles was driving. I talked with him. I listened to this man. I told him, to basa kuoboa nchabantu bagukwana. Nonyo letenge ndo wante beti kwako ko gebe charebi mbere ngaini. At some point when you start, they'll discourage you. They will laugh at you. But when you are consistent and persistent, they will start standing, looking at you and say, lo, and behold, what is going on here? And when they open their eyes and they stand up, Charles, you will be the governor of Kisii. The ultimate has changed. When anybody is talking about Kisii County politics, Charles's name is there. Was Charles's name there 2 years ago? It was not. You would not stand up. Could he have been seen? No. For you to be seen, you have to stand up. For you to be heard, you have to speak. Charles has stood up. Charles has spoken. Charles will be seen and Charles will be heard. Before I sit down, because Kisii politics is my business. Every day, every minute. Even now, I'm just following Kisii politics. Even the people who are sitting here, there's nothing I talk with you, sincerely. I only call you to talk politics. So politics is all I am thinking in my mind. Somebody called me from Minnesota. His name is Dr. Choa Shumandi. Dr. Choa Shumandi is a serious guy in Minnesota. He was asking me about Charles. I will say what he said because it's not something private. I talked to you, Charles, about it. I gave Omand your number. If he has not called you, he's yet to call you to interview you. Why is he calling Charles? Because Charles stood up and he has been seen. Charles spoke and he has been heard. Nothing in this world is impossible. Charles, when they tell you it is impossible, go tell them this. I will use the avoidable to make the impossible to be possible. May God bless Charles and may God bless you.
Makofi tena. Makofi tena. Elizabeth, you're one lucky lady. You're very lucky, and you compliment this guy very well. And if it wasn't for you, I don't know, you know, mental stability inaanzia from the home. When there's peace at home, then this guy thrives and he succeeds. So thank you for being such a great partner to Charles. You know, a lot of people, I just came from Kenya about 3 weeks ago, 1 week ago actually. Everybody that I speak to is always asking me, where does Charles get his money from? Because what on the ground is the guy has a lot of money. But I'm keep on telling. I think one person that is going to answer this question, because I know Charles is a businessman, also takes another business person to explain the source of business income, right? Where is Gabriel? Where is Gabu? Gabu is a very accomplished business person. And he's a very close friend of Charles. Is Gabu here? Please, as you come forward, because I want you to give a different dimension of Charles the business person, right? There's Charles the politician, there's Charles the father, but we need to hear about the business environment, and so people can understand that Charles is not a guy that has gotten money from any legitimate ways. He's a guy who works hard, he feeds his own family, he's an entrepreneur, he's an employer. Gabu.
Good evening, everyone. This was unexpected. I didn't know I was supposed to say something, but thank you so much. I can't say even, everybody has said everything that is good about this man. I've known Charles for so many years. We met in campus when we were young people. We've done everything, you know, like we've played football, we've done everything. Charles is a good man. That's all I can say, man. I'm not from Kisii, but I hope that this works out, you know, that I pray to God that Charles, you make it. And this will be a blessing to everybody who picks up Charles to serve you guys. And I don't have anything to say. I just say that God bless you, Charles, and God bless everybody. And please, 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 this is a good man. We've done a lot of things in business, and I don't think this is the right forum to talk about business, because it's his day. It is his day. Thank you, Charles. God bless you.
Thank you, Gabriel. As we go down the night answering the what, where, when, and we already know who, think let this be understood, and we all understand that is a political forum, and within politics, there are quitters. There are people who run the race and give up, and there are those who run and they never give up. One guy from used to live in McKinney, I don't know, Texas, he moved somewhere else. He's never given up. Where is Jimmy Ogangi? I call him here because he's created a name for himself. He's a shrewd politician. He's a very gentle person. But then he can maybe give 1 or 2 points to Charles because he's a guy who's been on the ground. He's ran campaigns. He knows what it takes. Jimmy, talk to Charles.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. I didn't know that you're a very good MC. By the way, I thought this is something Tongi does very well, but I think you fit. Bwana Governor, thank you so much for volunteering yourself, for giving yourself for the people of Kisii. Personally, I am very always encouraged when I see diasporans running for member of MCA, County Assembly. Even our strongest critic is here, who does not believe in diaspora, But I'm here to tell you that I believe in Charles, and I believe in Nyangenya Omanga, and all those diaspora candidates that are running for any elective position. And so, Charles, I want to encourage you. You know, I always like to remember this guy. I was in Kisii, and I've never had someone like you, by the way. He called me, asking me, Mheshimiwa, where are you? And I thought, this is someone who want to buy me a drink or something like that. Do you know, this guy came, bought me his phone, taking some chai, and he gave me some money, which I can't tell you how much that money was. It was a lot of money, by the way. And so I like people like you, because you, let me tell you why I like people like him. Because these are the people who believe in us. We have a lot of enemies among us ourselves. When one volunteers, can you just volunteer yourself? It is not easy. Then I go back home there. I'm sorry, it's your day. But I was told to tell you experiences, what I go through, so that when you go through those things, you know what happens. Then I go to Kisii, then I find Mukwasi. I buy Mukwasi a drink. Mukwasi runs here, Onkangi is in the bars, drinking. He's not even doing campaigns. Then I wonder, you guys, diasporans, what do you really want? Where am I going to meet these people? I say this because you are going to get this kind of criticism. This criticism, they make you strong. They make you strong because they prepare you to have a very thick skin. But let me just go back to what Charles is, because today is his day. And I happen to, by the way, I'm sorry, I have not introduced myself because I think everyone knows me. There's those who don't know me. My name's James Onkangi, and I am running for the Member of Parliament for Kitutu Chache South. And that is where Mama Charles is. That's my vote, by the way. And I don't know, he may want to switch his vote to Ichuni somewhere I heard, but that's okay. If I lose one, I get one. Your mom will still vote for you from Kitutu Chache South. So that's okay. But I just don't want to take a lot of time. I was very much encouraged by what I had on the ground, because I asked one of my supporters I was talking to. Then they asked, you know what, diaspora, they don't respect us at home. But for some reason, Charles has resonated very well with voters, by the way. You guys may not see this, but if you are very keen on the ground, people will start asking. Even Omingo Magara, when they are talking on the podium, they are talking about Charles. Somebody like Omingo Magara, that should tell you something about Charles and what he's doing on the ground. Some of us are on the ground, and we are seeing that. By the way, you do a lot of fundraisers in my own constituency that I don't even do. Some of them I dodge. But I don't know where you get this money from. I was hoping that guy would tell us where that money is from so that I can go there starting tomorrow. We have done fundraisers. And this is very keen. This is very keen. We have done fundraisers. And we have been very fortunate, by the way, because I've been doing these fundraisers for the longest. And then this time I said, you know what? This is the only time Tongi said, mukange beko mochanga batoko support. Ngakana ngataba tabako nchanga nkanga kunye drink yane. Wande bacha konsomela ke. Ngakana ngaki this time take the fundraiser. This time I want to do it myself. Why? Even Charles did not call us for our fundraiser. If you are really touched, there is no enough money. I remember when CJ, Mauricia Mogaka Maraga, when he cancelled the election, even Uhuru Kenyatta himself was threatened. Where am I going to get this money to run another campaign? It's very expensive. It's very expensive, my friends. It's not easy. I could be having so many towers, Onkangi Towers, Jose Mokane Christine Tower. I could be having those, but I don't. Why? Why? Because every time is campaign. Ogo changa chikani se kwa mekonya une taje na roseti to basa kostoka. Etaje na roseti kamekonya taje kamekonya chikure isato joka. Chikure isato taje ngaka chite anyisa menga tume chibesa. So I say this because you have to have a thick skin. You must know ngaki wana bachake kondoka Naomi. Bachake kondoka Naomi na ngui lakini mwana minto. I want you to believe one thing. They say this. I saw your mom here. You know, when he was describing you like where your dad, the spirit and the heart your dad has, that is a blessing. And we know you to be a gentleman. For the longest, you know, I told you Charles. Charles, kaya ngo bojikuradi kitutu chaji na awa no monto to bwati no. Awa ta basani abange. Bono ncho pone jane hago chichangera. Me ko bol Charles bona ye bo bes bono ko nyoko banta. To ko ngana nchi jibe kanjo ko ara bons. Ya twaji ko nyako ndwani. Charles antabi ngaki ya ga kyongange. Aye kendi yo tagete ntebi no longo ko. No basani ba tu arenge skuna bobu bronze. Yo Charles no monto bwa banta bonsi. Even when he does not believe in you, he still supports you. What do I mean by that? Omonto wa magoro toko mweba, by the way. All of us, we have been in our lowest. Can you imagine? Egadi kwa tekere para, omeka nyomo songo gete atenene. You know, toko monto you made, by the way. You can't. When somebody touches you, when you're on the lowest, that's when you remember them. None of you guys can ever say, Nachastanya Komokonya. As a community, in one way or another. Be it no Makweli, be it name Chandorenti Agusnyete Kosenki. When you call Charles and ask him, he will not even question you. He will help you the best he can. This is our time. If you can't give him money, pray for him. If you can't give him money, no chokoswe. No chokoswe. Nabaro gimba chaba twe nabaro de billion. The million. No chokoswe. Babo ngwane batete megete. No chokoswe. Because you are now a name. You are a name. You are going to be threatened. But I want you to tell you one thing. When they are threatening you, that means there is something they have seen in you. So I want you to soldier on, and I want to encourage you, and I'm so happy that you are running for Obogabana. I will support you. You know that. That's one thing. But that's not a problem. So thank you so much for giving me this chance and believe in the diaspora. Mukwasi. If you don't believe me, believe in him. Please. If you don't believe in me, believe in him. Mukwasi. Don't do that on social media. Believe in him. Please. No. Just believe in Charles. Thank you very much. Mbiamono.
Makofi kwa Jimmy Okangi, Mheshimiwa Kitutu. Asante sana. Now, these are the stories that really resonate with us, and I believe, Charles, you taking mental notes. For those who don't know my history, I was a student leader at the University of Nairobi. Very quiet guy I was. So I thought, until one day I found myself home, expelled from school. And one of the things my dad, I remember, he told me, he used to tell me, is like, I want to school where, yeah, in the Moguru and and that wasn't too much into politics. But we left our legacy behind. And that was way years down the line. Charles, for those who know his story, his leadership mantra really began from high school, when he was a captain in high school. He went to the university and he became the chairman of USIU, Students Union, Students Body. And he rose to lead one of the organizations that we started. I remember back then we were with Hassan Omar and the likes of Moses Oburu. We revived Kenaso. And I think it's one of the legacies that I'm so proud of that I left behind. And years down the line, I came to find out that this guy came to lead one of those movements. And for you to rise to that level in Kenya, in a student body, to lead all the universities and colleges in Kenya, to be entrusted by that, by the most elite of the elitist students in Kenya, they must have seen something in you. And the people, I'm praying that the people of Kisii can also see the same in you, because that is an accomplishment on its own. your CV, your resume will stand forever. As we keep praising Charles and letting the world know of who Charles is, I think we also need to go back again into Charles's family. His brother spoke, his mother spoke. Let me hear from Bernard, his cousin. Maybe perhaps there's something else that we haven't been told about Charles. Bernard.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Charles. Good evening, everybody. It's a nice moment to be here, especially for you, gracing your occasion. I haven't known that you had gone such far with your plans to become a governor of Kisii County. Much of it, I have it from home because I belong in another group back home where I am mobilizing resources for you. But I never knew you have such a wonderful strategy over here. So what I can say is, like, as we move closer to next year, August, the sign of time tells like things look good for you. The word on the ground is people are still trying to think on who they're going to install as the governor, but they're still stranded. So my prayer and my plea is to you, Charles, as my cousin, stand firm. And as Mr. Roach said, let's try to equate good principles to whatever you are going to do on the ground. I know some people will discourage you on the way. But remember, the more you get discouraged, the more you follow the right path. So as a group, as a team over this side, what I can urge you, let's stand firm. Let's have one of our own, a very young, energetic, who has vision in our county, so that we can marshal resources, we can have prayers, we can support him emotionally, and most importantly, let's be focused on what we can do for the young group of people, because they're the most vulnerable voters. Most of them are not decided, they don't know, and they have to be guided. Otherwise, I thank you all. I'll be leaving because I came in with my mom. Maybe she can stand and wave. Thank you so much. So I know we will communicate. I'll try my best to do, because I come from a given region where Mheshimiwa was trying to say Kitutu Chache Note. I know how much it's happening on the ground, and I can assure you, as much as I'm here, I know what's happening on the ground, and we can share that later on a private forum. I don't want to get it over. So, Brother Machani, can you say hi? This is my brother-in-law. I haven't met him, but I'm meeting him here, and I'm sure you're gonna get him. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know me? Thank you.
Only forums like this can in-laws meet for the first time. Makofi kwa Bernard. As I told you, I just came recently from Kenya. My mother is called Kemunto, Joyce. And I've spoken to her a lot, extensively about you. And as I was coming, one of her biggest worries was that she's toiled for years and she only got 5 shillings kwa bonus ya chai. I don't know about you guys, where you come from, and your parents or your sisters. How much have you told them about Charles? Brian, how much have you told your mother about Charles? Mama Brian, I think we need to hear what Brian has told you about Charles. Mama Brian, kujeni.
Abaminto wairiro. I'm sorry. Tinyu bwetu buya anganara abuta ono Charles. My son, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Pogendreta okole campaign yao. Abaminto muyamona so gocha kumo assist umwana oyo. Kumoranje tiganya saba konye mumubwatesie pakomwerio. Mutigale buya mogenda buya.
Makofi kwa mama. Mama, thank you for the blessings. Asante, asante sana. Think tuko kwa hiyo moto ya kujua mama wameambiwa nini, si ndio? Mama Z. Oh, okay. Alafu na mama Z na yeye afuate. Tunataka usikue Eric amesema nini.
Wairira biyaiga. Tokwira ni asaye mbiyamuna seri bageriga. Biyonsi nga binyarekane. Tatu itole igoro tagututiga. Nkwanire nsema ya Matoke, ntarakwanira ya Charles. Matoke nchiga narengo mwalimu bwe nasari. Bali totabwate payslip. Lakini ekero chikura cyabo cyarenge goika. Abarimu bande bare gotoa chi payslip. You dress smartly, you hold your bag, you go and vote. Igo bono bosani obongane bwachakerete. Charles, we wish you the best. Nyasaye uri igoro, kara bori gutari mongiti takwanga. Mbiyamano.
Mama Eric, kujeni, nataka kusikia wamama wameambiwa nini.
Hey. Okay. Habari zenu? Why did you come here? Kwa nini mmekuja? Charles aseki. Inkike igongaki. Okay. Bono nchoma itimati gesungu. Chingukuwa ne Kegusii. Pale ngaba kuwe Kegusii. Mwensipi. Oh, clap for yourself. Makofi. Piga makofi kabisa. 1 2 3 kwa. 1 2 3 kwa. Good. Oh no. Omwana Charles. Biyamana so sangiriria abasani abonsi gochaga. Onyo taliyo obongo bwabo tali okolega asibuna bwakorire ga bwarengereiri. These people could have not come here. Obe nakwa nige songo. Kanga banta bambaje tia. Anga banta bambaje tia. Ekero choswa. Omaete mwakwanire buya. Aniche mpinjira. Anichi politician injira. Igabono nga bantu barega bara abande chi politician gitegia kure kikwana kere igaboli. Bono amangana ya kwanirwa omwana one tato mino igalenge kasi ale kasi yane ekiano omule is still there no nane no ali bono ekero chozwa in the Bible ime ase Biblia ekero chozwa agotebigwa na Musa ayebono ngochigokunde Musa akomoteinga Nyasaye otebire ngende gukwa lakini bwambukia abantu abo bairarari obaire Kanani nkia motebeti gamotebeti nga tobase kuoboa wete tobase kuoboa obe montoki omoremu oyo moyo no kwanirega omaete aye kuruboge tutu ngai nkoru aye wakwanira mangana mayapi andalebo ali seito ngukwana balenga abantu bakurwa America teto baragere gose bano abantu bakurwa America inuba bacha menyo omongina ngocha komenya bale bwo lakini obo mulemu to base gukwa moyo yani egesongo nga be courageous be strong amangana ndo mere na endo mosemeli Nyasaye nyoko is prayerful, is a prayerful woman. Nyoko no musabina keko era mwakinete bora nyoko isokara kwete kara gararete nyoko gare ko gendo chikori chibese biyombe tabege tu obwembe bwalenge aba mumaite obwembe bwalenge kale wembe mumaite wembe wa citizen bano bwalenge aye yani ali ngakia kintu kiale ko kubano wembe wa citizen igo nabege tu nga bwangire wakana chibesa wakana abana bagentoki
school fees lakini ekera isa kwete injenga kie yigo na bali tinche timatanga ali alenge stadium igo na alenge nyumba lakini nimanyete ndo ya kwane tu achi politician chigacho chigateba ndo somia abana ba matoke daibo ngolenga matanga icho ayengo alengo otongi koyo turakina entosomi lakini mba akorete bo abantu ali matete ichiti kero kia matanga lakini omongino oli alifanya kazi okonyira abana baikireiga omonto orule esibi ng'oli orubano ebinto bine mate bina into abange tutamanyeti ngana wo mwana ya alenge yani kyoga na sesen igo nyasaye nkara gwagitekeranya nako ngakina akoroka ndita kinako ngaikerege so kwarenga na korandia ayenda uti oyonda utai David bono ngo ndauti akamura kali agasini ni gakolisi gakolire ki kachirega bono tata egento ndagotigere neke obo moremu okogenda ali amang'ana na arutu naende obe strong naende abana abamino baregaiga they will support you no tamo support kende mo support morally. Don't discourage him. Only to was with discouragement. I am not telling again taking Kokoroleki, Pokenyorole. And Yasaya got Tebanga, Ekero, annual mereti. Ore mereti Kiagarachi cruise bonchiro. Na Magunaro, Nature storm munchiro. Nabokwambo Kangu Yarali, Yenyancha. Anguambokole. You have been spoken well. Gwabere go kwanwa na onyetura na batokurabo. Mnachengura yurane YouTube. Na aligere ngo konyorande. Igo tigato enderere kuna ko gusabira mumusabire tata. Egente kekenyore na ari ngo kenyorole na ari nyasa okoire na mago kabire. Ntogo teba ngamina. Amen. Thank you, God bless you. Na ende mbiya mono tatu mwana one. Mbiya mono. Owe muna choswa.
Makofi kwa mama. Makofi kwa mama. I think when we're on a hot streak, it's like a quarterback on a hot streak, right? Hii mambo tumeleta wa mama wamekuja hivi. Cha tuendelee na hiyo mtindo. Wapi Gladys? Gladys Ozongo. And I was in Kisii. And I went on a tour with Team Charles Matoke, one of the most powerful teams that Charles has put on the ground, by the way. Iko timu moja hapo kali sana inaitwanga Warembo kwa Matoke. Let me tell you, things on the ground are very different because the youth, they have dedicated themselves and what they're doing is marvelous. I'll tell you about that story. Wacha Gladys atu. Salimia Governor.
Good evening. My name's Gladys Onsongo, as you have heard. And this has just caught me by surprise. I didn't know I was going to say anything. So I've known Charles for a long time. And Charles is very capable of what he does. Charles, what I can say, my brother, you have my blessings. You have my support from my family, even back home. You know, my brother, Steve, they support you a lot. And my brothers are here too, Brother Mark and Dennis. We support you as the whole family. And thank you all for coming to support Charles. We appreciate you. And we are praying for you. And we hope for the best. We know you got this. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Asante. I know why we're here now, because we've answered all the 5 whys. I think we are drumming up to get Charles on the floor because it's his day. But before I do so, I want to go back 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, on almost a very similar event. I stood with a few friends of mine, about 6 people. We met in Irving. One of our friends donated a hall. I think it was Dr. Mosebuga. And we congregated. That day, nilipika marawe, somebody akapika mchele, and we met. And the purpose was to launch a campaign for my member of parliament. And that launch in itself was attended by very few, very close, but the energy that we radiated from there, the message that went to the ground, it resonated. My good friend Vincent is here. Vincent, come. I want him to attest to origin of this kind of meeting, the impact that they have on the ground, and what advice he has for Charles. Vincent.
Thank you. Mine is going to be very brief tonight. I honestly want to believe in what we're doing here. I believe in this gentleman who's my younger brother, Charles. In fact, I know everybody is going to claim him in whichever way they are going to do it, and that's a good thing. In fact, I told some of my friends when we came earlier, take advantage that Charles is here with us. Take as many pictures as you can. When you become a governor, and it's not his wish, things will change. The protocols are going to change. So take advantage now. It will remain to be the same Charles, but the protocols will change because of his office. So for me, today I've taken enough pictures with him. And one thing I want to assure you, ladies and gentlemen, when Charles started thinking of getting into politics, which I knew it was going to happen. Some people said, yeah, they knew this was going to happen. Even me, I knew it was going to happen. And we started engaging. We've been engaging since then. In fact, when he said he's running for an office, and he went home and they told me that's what he wants to do, I told him, well, that's a good idea, but how do you want to approach it? And then we started engaging. And I remember very well the same gentleman, my good friend Arasa, and a few guys. In fact, you guys, I was in Kenya, by the way, when they did that. Marawe iliungua for sure. That one is a fact. Marawe iliungua yosiku atawakukura. So it was Arasa, Kashmir, and of course there's another gentleman, Brian. There were very few guys, but what they did, trust me, they supported Mheshimiwa, who happened to be my brother, and they sent us support. In fact, they made and they sent them some resources, which really was very critical because that time we were doing a very serious, vigorous campaign. And when he met, Charles met with Mheshimiwa, and I remember it was last year. Oh yes, yeah, at Salasa's house. In fact, we met at Arasa's house, and Charles was saying he's running for governorship. And all of us, including the ones who are, because me had already had the story, everybody was like, wait a minute, is this young man serious? And then the day the Mheshimiwa now was leaving for Kenya, me and Charles, the 3 of us, we had taken him to the airport. We took a picture, and I posted that picture that this is the next governor of Kisii County. People started calling me. I'm like, are you guys crazy? What's going on? Is this gang, are you sure, is your brother running or the gentleman next to your brother? And I told him, this is the next governor of Kisii County. Even today, there are people who are still doubting if I'm supporting Charles or if I'm supporting my brother. My brother is not running for governorship. Charles is running for governorship, and I'm behind Charles 110%. And I've been one of Charles's close friend, advisor, if I may say so. Talk to him a lot of times. In fact, when we are on the road, both of us drive a truck. If there's one person I talk to the most, is Charles. Tunaanzia hapa tukitoka Dallas, yeye anapendanga kwenda New Jersey. Me, I can go anywhere. Sometimes I'm even in California. tunaongea na huyu jamaa siasa peke yake. By the way, we don't talk anything. Nothing. Tunapiga siasa, tunaambiwa what's going on nyumbani, ile kenyoro fulani and all that. And by the way, because of that, Charles has managed to put a very strong team on the ground, but also very expensive. So, Team Super PAC, those who, you know yourselves, you guys, you've been supporting, you've been there for Charles. And I want to believe Charles called us. In fact, this is the best thing Charles ever did. He called us to his home. He didn't take us to a hall. We're all here. We are just breaking bread. And I think we are going to know who's Charles better, such that going forward, we're going to be his ambassadors. Today, I'm not going to say much than what I've said. But I want to believe, under our leadership, Brother Rasa, that this man, we all behind him. And the team in Kenya, for those who are listening to me, Team Charles in Kenya, Team Chinsanako, Team Walembo na Matoke, Team Matoke, Kwinja na Matoke, all of you guys, we love you, we are coming. This thing is not going to be the same. Wale watu wanatuambia ati lazima ikue sijui nani, sijui ikue nani. This is the next governor of Kisii County. Be prepared. Tunakuja, hatuwaogopi. Kama ni pesa, mko na pesa na sisi tuko na pesa. Hiyo nao tunajua. That one we know. Hivyo kama unajua, let me tell you guys one thing I like about this young man. In fact, when I lost my dad, ilikuwa kitu inaitwa, what was that? Ile kitu alikuwa anafanya that time. Kitu PBI. Niliwaambia na sikuogopa hiyo siku. And I've never feared. In fact, I can work even doubles if the doubles will save me to also do what they are doing. Tukaambia wa jamaa, hii kitu yenu mnatuambia BBI is not for Kenyan. Hii ni yenu. Na hatutaki maneno ya BBI. Wa Kenya, they are not ready for that. Kenyans need jobs. What my brother-in-law said. In fact, Kenyans don't need anything. What Kenyans need right now is jobs. Jobs. That's it. We solve hiyo maneno ya kazi, then barabara sitajichenga. Hospitali, because people are broke. Kama watu hawana pesa, ukiwachengea barabara watakula barabara. Kama people hawana pesa kwa mfuko, wachengea magorofa watafanyia nini? So that is the challenge we are facing in Kenya. And I believe in this gentleman here. He has a solution. He has lived with us here. He has seen how this economy works. So wale mko nyumbani, my friend, mnatuambia azijui ikuwe na nani, mnachipanga namna hii. We are coming with a solution. And the solution is Charles Chweya Matoke. Tunakubaliana wananchi? Tunakubaliana? Thank you so much.
Makofi kwa Vincent Tonge. Sante. As we get closer to getting Charles on the podium, and I want to apologize because we were on a timed clock, about 33 minutes past the time, but I don't want to close anybody out. So we have aspiring member Dominic Mangere. As you come forward, we have Getoi standby. But before I let Mangere speak, as you continue to come, I want Bwana Mzee to speak. Baba Brian, I thought I saw him here. Utakula line hapa, Mzee kwanza.
Habari zenu. Mmeongea mzuri juu ya Charles. Charles huyu mimi nilitoka Kisii. Kisii tunajua ni Charles, next governor. Kwanza wakati nilikuja hapa USA, Charles ndio mtu wa kwanza kunichukua kutoka airport. Sikuwa namjua. Nilikuwa najua baba yake. Matoke alikuwa mtu mzuri. Hata kama Matoke angekuwa hai, angekuwa at least something. Lakini akaenda haraka. Mtu yule alikuwa tena anafuata Matoke, Nyangito. Mnajua Nyangito? Nyangito hata yeye alikufa. Ule alijenga hospitali naitwa level 6. Hawa ndio watu wanajulikana Kisii mzima. Sasa kwa hivyo Matoke alienda atuachia mtoto yake Charles Matoke, ndio huyu. Tukiwa nyumbani, mimi nitarudi nyumbani, nitaenda nimsaidie. Hata nilisaidia ndugu yako nilimsaidia kura Kisii. Brian alinipigia simu kaniambia Atongi atakuja hapo msaidie. Nilimsaidia. Mtu wa pili nitasaidia tena ni Matoke. Mimi tulikuwa tunafanya siasa tangu zamani, tulikuwa na Mr. Rengo, Kifuta Kibwana, huyu nani alikuwa education, na huyu alikuwa education mmetate yenza hii. Tulikuwa na yeye, Keptombati, Sibiania Mwamu. Nimetembea hiyo Kisii, najua vile nitaulizia mtoto kura, nitampitisha. Mkiwa hapa mimi nitakuwa nyumbani. Akikuja huko ataniona, nitampitisha vile tulikuwa tunapita na hao watu. Yeah. Sasa nitajaribu sana nione kama yu mtoto wetu amepita. Sitaki kuongea mengi. Nikirudi wakati amekuwa gavana nitakuja kuwaambia. Asante.
Makofi kwa baba, makofi kwa baba. Mliambiwa piga picha na governor. Picha itakuja kukua scarce. Guys, because of time, and I really want to make sure that each and every one of you gets an opportunity to grace the occasion and give Governor a piece of advice. So, as we wind down, so we can also get time to listen to the governor. Please, as I give you a chance to speak, just be brief, quick, and straight to the point. Mheshimiwa Mangerere, karibu.
Thank you very much, Rasa. Rasa, bantu wangu kwa kabiri kato, ngaja kumbikiri kato koranga. Siasa na very insense rakirenda. Wana na injiti Rasa wambaza watu watatola kama. Wana na kolire. First and foremost, our protocols observed. My governor, this guy, I've known him for a long time. When he was running a campaign for Papa, during that time I was very strong supporter of Papa. He's the guy who started ODM Reloaded. And then that's how I started learning a lot of leadership characteristics in him. That's how I saw that this guy has the potential. And as we speak now, this is a very strong supporter for my campaign too. So, Charles, you know, the best thing about this guy, the only quote that he has, these other candidates don't have, is the military experience. I've worked with the guys with the military experience, and when they say, they do. It's like they're very direct, and they deliver right away. If they want to do this, they will do it right away. And that's the kind of leadership we need in our county. Charles, like I've told you, they are all my friends. They are all my friends. Start from Mobure, go to Chanet, go to Arati, But you know, there comes a time, friendship and the leadership, ogo juice between friendship and leadership. Now you are my friend, but you are a leader. You have run out the system's work here. When we speak, when we talk with you, we see that kind of leadership in you. Any candidate who comes from diaspora, it comes a priority to me. So, you coming from diaspora, and I've told you, all of my campaign resources, they will take care of your campaign in Bobas. So, that one is taken care of. And I want to thing on top of that. The one thing we have is, we have the money. We have told them that we have the money. We have the money. Don't worry about the campaign in Bobas. You tell me where you want me to take the boys, and we are going to run a no-nonsense campaign. So, Simba, akikuja na ile yake, na sisi tutakuja na yetu. Kama ni mbaya, ni mbaya. So, my brothers, let's support this guy. As we support this guy, don't forget us, pray for us. It's not going to be easy. I'm telling you, I was brought up in a very political family. So we know how these things work. That's how siasa is. They will do that. So be very careful on how your boys are going to be so that those guys don't come. We have to guard our territories, yes. So that we are there to give them a beating they have never seen. But I'm not saying we want to do a very peaceful campaign. Number one, Mangana Fire and Siarango Kanato. Ndorwani onde, Tore campaign here, very easy, simple, and we know what we want to achieve. Njomongwana yongo Murakavana. Kurua Tangastango, I knew this is the governor we wanted, and he is already a governor. So I just came to pledge my allegiance to your campaign and my governor. I will support you in every situation, wherever you need. I'm just a phone call away. And we are going in December to launch this campaign officially. So I'll be there with my resources. I'll be there with my boys. Don't worry about the money. My brother, we got you. We got the money. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for coming. And may God bless you as you go home. We will pray for you. I'm not alone here. The First Lady for us is here. You can stand over Kwaniga. Oinero go Siranaja say campaign. So we are ready. Nabadimubata Vaido Vasrend, but then I come on Kagoch. Brevate Hamata Sani like the teacher over Taler. Umrota about the Bambo Jataribo. Now simple with Togoch. So Matoke, Munogocha, and Ancient Gocha to change Chibovasi, Kokole, County Garden, Ancient Devovasi, Tokoraban, the way they go 7. That's what we want to do to change the systems back at home. We bring it as more America to Kisi so that the people don't struggle going for green cards to come to America. Let us take America back home so that they don't have to waste that money to come here. Governor, that's what we want. And guys, thank you very much for coming. May God bless you. Aras. Thank you.
Makofi kwa Mheshimiwa Dominic Mangerere. Makofi tena. Pigwa picha na gavana hapa. Say to people.
Welcome to the party. I'm eating this snack. If you want, you're gonna get this.
You can see how generous the Matoke household is. Getoi. Anytime you give a microphone to a politician, you just have to put a political disclaimer, Honorable Mangerere. It's so different from this one here. I have to give him another disclaimer. The same one I gave Mangerere.
Thank you so much, our able MC. This is not my time. I want to start by saying my governor is not here. Oh, he's here. I didn't see him, he was on the other side. Abagaka, abangina, abamurana basaya, na wakuwa nilingo boirire buya. Mbuya mole. Mole no mogoko nyasa baire chinga kitogo kwanania. Ngai DJ yagenda. Bekera nge saneli ya matoke. Kiagere binte muga kwanire bono tekebinyura sogotenga. Bekere DJ go up. Ile music kwanza. Koroka ninchi ngojo kwana second last. Abata kwana bono inukirira igo. Kiara karongo jugo kwana. Ndete ande monta kwana kurumage. Inche ngo kwana ngere ligabana. Bono mnatongia bate byonye mugire gwagi jibija. It's up to you. Morigia ande mucho morigia saketanga otaliga. So there is no music. Actually, I want to take this opportunity first and foremost to appreciate the committee which has been sitting next to Matoke to organize this occasion. Our able MC, thank you so much. I didn't know that you can do a very wonderful job. I've realized that you are able. It's only you work behind the scenes. So I recognize you and appreciate your job. So as you have heard, myself and Matoke and Gitoi were good brothers. When Matoke was standing at the game A, Gitoi was standing at the game B. That is our father. As the speaker said, like Abagaka balimba roseti elieta. Ndoto ete kolisali. Igo Charles ntubuata sitokulenda. Tolende elieta li Abagaka. Nande nyasa toiro kugania muno mongina tusabera. Egento kiaringe very important today. Ekero mongina asaba amasaba amaya yebisyo. Muna nyangenya kwa naga igateba nga obogambi obotokoligia iyo bogo chakera se amasabo. Igo Charles abantu bonsi bachirege bagosabeire ochakesa bari engia. Inje kalena lengo mukwani onye miaka yachire ko osukake. Nacha nyora bamura bayiru barabangaini bawomangirire ande bakogamba biyasana. Esa olichinga kichia banyora ko ngagera chikura. Moko nyora litali anendire se ballot box kakimo akire mangirire chikura please. Mura muakera na ando suke igoro wakire Charles Matoke. Igombo mura akole. Intuna chimi karato tiga because ambiranga libito biaros. Tuabere Naomi. Mezda gavana. Nkoboliga. Nande mosaja kyo kalegusi otoetaneti. Onya abantu bakale kubura nyamwate bansimba rati ororo. Ntegete koli organize omushimiwa mangere mona kwana. Onye jibese jijikaro. Bono yo jibwate Matoke. Jibese nanda asira jikale. Onye Matoko to bege te payroll. Nje Friday mne go keke cheki aso ire bengiane. Jibese asa kurusi arati manyeti nero manyeti. Onya abantu bale kabwate jibese ngobwate Mato. Gosebana. Thank you so much. Okotero kuna ata keterikale. So musacho ndota chikoba gosaka nakabwate jibese. Abanda babonsi abangina ni numwato iboire. Ni numoto manyete biyakomo na handi ntutwiranire ka tokoreki. Moto egasi tokonyera bangwana bande bali barabake bagokina. Igo bono Charles. Jarisi no musegione. Yani gale muimalione munginone no arabu madam nabokora ba wevu aba na inchiga akoro Martin. Aikieni nabo atatalibo mono mo. Oko choro kuna no kongu. So Charles nalgo nyakoboliga tongi utakuwa nditimena nakwa na igo in fact yo weka nyomba na ndo tiringubo bebe in America style I want to echo one of the speakers who spoke earlier, Mr. Lodge, a very eloquent speaker. Most of the speakers who have spoken today, I want to appreciate that we are together and we are fighting a good war. So we are in a winning team. I want you to go home back thinking that we have already won the game. So Matoke, don't let us down. We have already won the war. Kisii County is for us. And we know you are able. You can transform our county. You have a capability of mobilizing the resources that we have in our county so that our young people can get jobs. As Tong said, jobs, jobs, jobs. We don't want roads. We don't want schools. We went to schools. There are many schools. There are many roads. What we want is jobs. We want money in the bucket. Abantu baitu banyole chigasi batikana kunje kutuwakira chisimi. Kosebona. Nko baboli gana ande finally teli rasimo konyo omuntu. Tokomo sabera. Goso mo appreciate. Mo konya kondo kama ono nganyalebe gose ko ngagire simne chibesa gonsaba. Just support somebody morally. Mbiya mono na gosabere ebisio egente kyo kenyole. Kosebona mo agno mino Jimmy. Talibo. Tega sabera nama ya. Abantu mbali batabwati ebini ebi yamuna babo gitoi. Injira bo abetonganja. Lakini umuntu bwate kieni yale kimotra kama wakere nde chiko. Onye mata gitoi no muntu mochinga kieni tabwati. Mo wakere no muntu bwate kieni. Aba America batigamba monye regente kemo. You are very powerful. We don't need any campaigners. Ntute timuntu onde bwensiga. Chi madam chito nchirega ali chibwate chibese bank. Madam, etoko koige tuo ekemo ogotenera o finance Matoke. Madam ngetuo nambere ngatoko kwa 00 what 73. Oyo onde tomo ekende e campaign yeto nyokore tong. We are able. Chibesa nto bwate sento bwate. Chibesa nto bwate. Chibesa Matoke na bwate ko bwate. Bono mbekero gotera kolikuwa Matoke nje na bwate kende. Inchenko ba entertaining orasi ni chikura toire to already. Ngotorra mo next mine. Chini njuga.
Matoke no mosomo ragambe gusi eito matoke no mugambi. Matoke no mugambi. No mugambi. Matoke no mugambi. Ragambe gusi eito. Matoke no mugambi. Onde tayora pinga matoke. Matoke no mugambi. Onde tayora pinga matoke. Matoke no mugambi. No mugambi. Matoke no mugambi. Matoke negura bamura bago kwana Matoke negura basacha bago kwana Matoke yake magaka bago beba Matoke negura bamura bako bora Matoke yake bamura bebisora Matoke nainda bamura bako irora Matoke inga Matoke no mugambi Matoke nainda bamura Matoke Matoke bichulia byambora Matoke 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 negura abantu bago kwana Matoke negura bamura bago kwana Matoke negura basacha bago kwana Matoke yake magaka bago beba Matoke negura bamura bako bora Matoke yake bamura bebisora Matoke nainda bamura bako irora Matoke inga Matoke no mugambi Matoke baiga bangina baiririata Matoke Matoke bichulia byambora Matoke Matoke Vini fire on the beat. Murai tore koria igoro igoro Murai bomba gendero igoro igoro Mumura chari si Matoke igoro igoro Omo mura bwabo nyari bali chari si chwe ya Matoke Tiga tomo magore gabo na ito awe bono ai Lero tamonyore Muya gocha Muyo ye Lero tamonyore
Asante, asante, asante. Asante, asante, asante sana. Asante, asante sana. Thank you, thank you. Asante, asante. Asante, asante. Thank you. Angalia kitu. Okay. I think we are kind of getting to
all right. Good evening. I'll be very brief. Chalo, if there is any principled gentleman that I've known for years, you're one of them. And I don't know politics, but I know that you're a leader. You've led. Personally, you've touched my life in so many ways that I cannot explain, but you know, you're part of the reason why I have a wife. And if it wasn't for you and my boys, and Russ, Josh, Silas, Cash, you know, the group, you know yourselves. But one thing I have to say is, as Oloch said, it's not about it's not about experience, it's about principle. And you're principled. You've shown it over and over again. So, you know, now we see politicians that want to say, ground this and ground that. But it doesn't matter where it is, you've said, and I've had a personal talk with you. We went to kill a goat together. We had a personal talk. We spent almost 6-7 hours together the last few days. But I want to tell you, Charles, you got this. You have this because of who you are. The principles that you don't follow clout. You do what you do. And you believe in yourself. We believe in you. I'll be a bouncer. I told you that. I'll be a bouncer. I'll be there for you. I'll be there with you, and you're gonna do it well. I pray that God can give you leadership skill. God gives you everything that you need so that you can lead our people, Kisii and our land. Let them see that a young man can do it. And we believe in you. We want to follow you. May God bless you.
Kofi kwa Asante George. Hapo ni sawa. Hello. Okay. All right. I'll call the next person here, Josh. Just come speak to Charles. I wasn't calling you for your technical expertise. I'm calling you for your personal relationship. Makofi kwa Josh Machaki.
Mambo marketing I think kwa. Najua Kisii. Charles, I've been very inspired sitting back there. It started like a bit of a joke almost. But we were at Arasa's, I think we were at your place, the one night when you spoke very passionately about wanting to become governor, and this was maybe a few years back, but I did not know that you were dead serious, and your mother said something that really touched me, that you're walking in the shoes of your dad. I obviously I didn't grow up in Kisii, but I didn't get the chance or the honor to know such a great man, but I'll get to know you, and through you I see that your dad lives on, and it's a big legacy. So I'm glad that your mom prayed for you. I don't have much more to add. One thing that the lady said, the one who talked about Joshua, among Joshua, Mama Z, anafaa akisema ile style ya Kisii ile Joshua. Unajua naitonga Joshua mimi. Joshua 1 verse 9 says, be strong and of great courage. Yes. We have to be. I'm actually deeper in Kisii. If I give you a methali in Kisii about that, you will not get it. You will actually not think it's Kisii.
You say one.
Ndandondai. Connect you see.
Ndandogi.
Ah, yeah. I very. Enda. Yeah. Kiriga. Enda. You shorten it to nda. Yendo. Endo. Endo ne simba sindio. Nerendai. Nerekora. Sasa, how do you shorten it real quick? Nda, ndo, ndai. Enda, yendo, endai. This guy is going to be great because he's already been in the military. He has a strong stomach. Fear comes from here. You know the real fear? Ile ukiona wakora wamekuja ni hapa. Unaisikia unaanza unaisha kabisa. The real tough guys, they are tough from here. So enda endo and I. This guy is endo. Makofi kwa Joshua. Joshua is the only friend I have who has an aeroplane.
I am sorry.
So, Joshua may donate 3 helicopters. Makofi kwake. Makofi Charles. Nilimwona jingia hapa. Charles kujeni. Na Charles nataka ondara kuje. Hii mtindo ni ile sehemu ya watu warefu peke yake wanakuja wakienda. Watu warefu wakuja wakienda.
Mimi sitasema mengi. Kumekuwa na hii talk ya mheshimiwa wapi Magere, nilipitisha message. Ulipata? We trivialize our politics too much, and especially Kenya and Diaspora, and I say most of us here are jokers. Not that you don't work hard where you work or where you earn your daily living. But when it comes to doing things with Kenya, we are jokers. The step that he's trying to take, it's a bold step. It should be accorded the seriousness that it deserves. If we are here and we think he can make it, let us make it a good and give it the seriousness that it deserves. When they called me with Tony and told me about this, I told me, don't go make a cheap flyer. We can afford, like some would say, money is not the problem. We can afford a good flyer to advertise. I'm not pleased with the sound. We know too many people that can do this for detail, lack of seriousness. It shows from how we start here. If we take this thing seriously from here, we can build something that can gain momentum. Don't take it like it's just sound making noise. It's people detail, seriousness. Like you said, he's a military man. What would happen if it was an ammunition depot and somebody went and did a match because we are not taking care of details and we are not being serious about what we are doing? Disaster. It is not easy. Politics in Kenya is not easy. I have a brother-in-law that has been trying to fight the ODM machinery in Kisumu. PC Owino Molo is married to my big sister. He's been trying to fight it. So I know probably he's going to go head to head with the same people in Kisii County. It will not be easy. It will require resources. It will require support. All I would say is that in whichever way that you're supporting him, if it's Magere for his MP thing and I say, I'll be the person to donate something to your campaign if this time you're serious and you're going. We have called you for too long. Yes. Yes.
Hapana, tutaenda kwa website tutaangalia. Ndio naona uko kwa website ya IEBC. Hiyo tu. Then I know you're taking the first step. Because most of them, yeah, we talk and I see with Felix and the hey, Mheshimiwa, everybody now calls him Mheshimiwa. Fanya kitu hiyo Mheshimiwa ikuwe ni serious. There's enough faith in it. He's taking the bold step on it. He called me, and most of you don't know he was a student of my big brother in Chenile. So actually, you know, one day, I think he saw something on my big brother. Of course, he didn't even know that was my big. Actually, he didn't even know that was my big brother who taught him. So we kind of have a relationship on the side about how he's been educated and everything. But that's all I would say. If you believe in him,
Most of you know his dad. I don't. If you see his dad in him, and his dad must have been a seriously organized person, that's what I'll tell you. Our politics in Kenya is bad because those of us here that can change and that can influence stuff do not influence it. We talk, we are more Facebook, we are more on Facebook, and if you're kind of a ground, what to have. But I'll just say, take care of the small details, the big details will take care of themselves. Charles, support hiyo tunakupatia, sisi tunakupatia. Kama ni kuenda, we are good in making use of social media and everything. You that you are guaranteed good. Hiyo tutapiga, hiyo kelele ya social media tunaweza. Ikifika kwenda kwa streets kama ni, I'm born and raised in Nairobi. People like Simba Arati, I know how they go, and hata mimi ninawakora Nairobi. It's easy. I have people these things are talking.
It is true.
$100 somebody will be beaten up in Nairobi. I will say, na niseme ni nani na kwa hivyo hiyo part tusiende huko na hataki kwenda huko, but to treat, let us just treat this thing with seriousness that is. That is all count of us. Let us not be kuja tulika kwa baridi, tukaka kwa matope, tukapiga tu mdomo alafu because things fizzle out. Either we are in it or we are not in it. We are in it 100%, or we do it or we don't do it. If we do it, we do it good. That is all I want to say.
Asante sana, makofi kwa Charles. Wapi picha ya Charles toa. Asante sana, wapi Ondara. Hapa sasa ndio watu wa pesa wameanza kuingia. Makofi kwa Ondara.
Pesa tunazo. Anyway, thanks for the time. You know, it's not easy. What Charles is doing. It's your game. Politics is not a game. Me, I think I've been in politics probably longer than most of you guys here. Even though probably some of you are old. Huh? I need to get me some time, but it's okay. So, I'm trying to echo what I think Charles amesema hapa. Oliver told. Siasa is not a joke, bro. It's not a joke. People can come praise you, wakudanganya, wakwambia umeshinda vako. For ground vitu go different. For ground vitu is different. So me first, and I think I've talked to Chalo again, and probably I want you guys to keep on reminding him, like you have to have a strong team. You have to have a very strong team on the ground, a strong team behind you, and a strong team making some money for you. But if you think that because we're telling you, oh, Charles, kila mtu anakuja president hapa kupiga mahali nini, well, ground vitu ni different. Wala soma you have done for years, and people in Kenya are broke. So saizi, am I gonna go with a broke guy mwenye ananibaiya mahindi ama ndakuja kwa Chalo because ati Chalo ni handsome? Nobody gives a fuck about that. Excuse my language. But again, anyway, what I would say to Chalo is that things on the ground are tough. I know Jimmy has told you very important key points, and I'll go back to what Tom said. If you're taking this thing serious, bro, you have to have a serious team behind you. Me, I got a call from Kenya. Somebody asked me, who the man got Chalo ni nani?
That's what we wanted to hear.
Yes. Anasema huyu jamani nani ngoja anaitwa Chalo from Texas, unamjua? Na niwasoma kwa siasa pia for a long time. So name yako kwa ground, but the move has to keep on going. Kama wenye mmoja amesema hapa ati masoji wagana whatever in the stomach. Yes, your team has to have the same thing too. I thought of home watastuliwa man, watahepa. It's not a joke. For real. Utafika home pale upate majamaa kwa pale ready for you. Like I don't know if you saw the clip. I sent to you the clip that I had. People are calling me and they're really going to airport. Things like that will come. So you have to have your team also ready for this kind of shit that can happen. Anytime there's a sabotage very quick. So congratulations for what you're doing. And I know so many of us here have seen what he's doing. Because governorship is not easy. as they say, ungeanza kana MC hivi, so atungebabaika. Lakini sasa umetisha watu wengi, yani umeka watu pressure. Watu wazee wazima wako kwa game for a long time with pressure. So ni normal. You're playing a big boys game. That's what I would say. You're playing a big boys game. So say wako wenye wanasema sijui masapota wako they are going with you to Kenya, sijui wengine wanasema ni mabouncer. Bro, all of you seem like crazy. Those kisses are crazy, man. So, one, strategy, as the guy said over there, lazima kuwa na strategy poa. Two, wasio pia the way they're saying, kidogo kuna chapa vizuri. Three, pia kuna sit around wenye wanaelewa game. Kama ule mzee kuna mzee nimesikia hapa na game. Ule mzee ukimtakana vizuri atakupatia story. Watu bebwa usiku, man. Unakuta kama boys wako alitama bouncer wamechukuliwa. So ni mabouncer watafuta ama kura. So anyway, sorry for the long talk, but I thank you for the time. I didn't know you were good MC like that, man. You've done a very good job. And I think we've done a very good job hapa. So congratulations, Chalo. I have a story to tell you guys, by the way. Do I know this guy? There's one time you go barabarani, long time. I saw him get barabara juicy. Sitting go barabara in 2009. I was stuck on the road. So first carry me that I swipe first I do. Somebody told me, do you know Chalo? I don't know who Chalo is. I can call this number and just tell him when it's $1 she need gas. You need the money. I didn't know this guy, man. I called Chalo. Chalo minute really. Na niko kampuni sina gas. Na 300. That's how Chalo. That's what resonates with this guy. He didn't know me, but he helped me. So Chalo is a good man, and this governor CMC, man. It's not MP, man. It's a big thing. So Chalo, what you're doing is very nice. And I know you shocked so many people, and keep it that way. And the fire has to keep going. You can't go for the pole and slow down. These guys will be given money. I'm telling you, for real. Where is he going tomorrow? So you have to have very strategic and very keen, line keen. I'll say, what about to do? It's like their wish. Right? So, as the guy said, strategy, you know, you're a good man. You as a person, you're a good man. And everybody likes you. That's a problem. In Siasa, people don't like that. What's wrong with wahuni? I know with your military background, you as a person, I think about your team. Will they be there? Mara Metupo, will they be there? Machuma Metumo, will they be there? Na unajua Kisii sio rahisi. Wakisii sisi ni wahali. Sisi kama ati Wakikuyu unajua kwenda kuchunga mali. Wakisii don't give a shit. Wakisii wako na do wote. More especially all of us, we are good. So strategy, keep your heart hapo na timu yako uweke close pia vipoa. Katimu kaorganize vizuri. But otherwise, all said by everybody, you've done a wonderful thing. Thank you.
Picha na governor. Makofi kwa Ondara. Makofi kwa Ondara tafadhali. Thank you very much. I think, Governor, this is the kind of candidness and honesty that you need in friends. And when they break it down to the nitty-gritty like that, your team is stronger than that. Papi Patrick Lumumba, nasifia, Papi Patrick Lumumba, tumetoka. Wacha nipate Eric Nyabeli. Papi Eric Nyabeli, masongo wa mapesa wa kwa. Kianza kuona watu wakikuja kama hawa, Chalo, you're in good hands, because you know these are the people who don't just give you backup security, but they also give you financial stability. So nyuma ya jamaa nakupatia 1 minute lakini uongee. I need Mark kwa standby.
Thank you, MC. Our Excellency, ladies and gentlemen.
Na wasalimu mjambo.
Jambo liko.
Mimi naitwa Eric. Huyo Saidi umenisikia? Hujaniona? Mbona wamesema Naomi? Nawashukuru nyote for coming over here to support our brother. Mazuri yamesemwa na ni ukweli. Our brother has been a leader. Sasa anataka kuenda kutuchungia Kisii County. Kitu yenye tunataka kufanya chalo ni kama usikii sasa na tunakuongelesha. I'm recording for you. You are? Okay. Na mimi natoka Kitutu Chache South. I'm also an aspirant. But saa hii hatuko kujitangaza hapa, tumekuja kwa ajili ya Charles. Kila mtu kwa na ile ya Charles sio kujawae. Kinda iko ndo kwa na ile yogo. Mumroyo toko we kenore kama. I've been singing, though he's bigger than me a little bit, but he used to follow his father. Babaka akienda mahali, huyo ndiye anabeba bag yake. Wenye tunasikia Matiang'i akiambiwa yeye ndiye anabeba bag ya Uhuru. So we believe in you. And in everything, peka Nyasaye mutwe. Abagaka balibono na banene balibono babugoja akawadeli ane bula tokoranga bari o David ya chairenga wa oino mumbromo ke oyiteta konyara kebe lakini akarajieta sese gina bwe kwaira bamaba gaka baliembe onumanya ekero bawo ikaranso bawo kuana paka baterena who is Charles, who is this guy, what he's doing on the ground we know. So we pray for you. Just be courageous. I know that in everything, put God first, and everything should be fine. I don't have much to say. I'm running for Kitutu Chache South MP. Or you're the one now, me now do kura ne. So you're running a team. So come here and wait to. Ipa marena kita usikia mangana. Aya asante MC. Tumemaliza.
Asante. Picha na gavana. Ngakira na umya wabereji picha.
Thank you.
Ini ticket ya Bugetutu.
Yani gono ondige.
Wapi Mark?
Ama tukaba kuchibita mapema.
Yes.
Fakti moto aje kwa banyora bombe kina waje.
Aya.
Chibi na ukali
Asante. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure standing in front of you and being a part of this event today. I'm going to welcome Mark to say just one remark, and then we will prepare ground for His Excellency Governor to speak to us. Tafadhali musitoke nje, musisimame, stay where you are, because after Mark it's going to be Governor.
Thank you. Okay, my name's Mark Monsongo. I've known Charles for a long time. Actually, I know Charles from the dad. When I was young, the dad was the head of the teachers in Kisii when I was a young boy growing up. So I have a history, and I'm one of those who benefited from your dad before I came to the United States. So I really appreciate you as you embark in this journey. It's going to be a tough journey, but you're strong and you're going to make it. We're behind you, my whole family. My dad, as you met him the other day, is with you. My uncle over there, they're all with you. We're gonna support you as much as we can. I've talked to my sisters, my sister Gladys, my brothers back home. We, Deepina is there, and Dennis is there. The whole family is there. I've talked to them, and they all know that any money they're sending to Kenya to anybody, it has to have some strings attached to that. Remember this guy? This is our guy. We're gonna mobilize. Our cousin is here. So from everybody in charge, we're gonna do the best we can, and may God bless you again.
Asante, asante. Picha hapa. While we wait for Madam to come, nataka Madam akuja kaya hapa. Wapi Ted? Ted kuja hapa. Ted kuja hapa.
Ted amekuja saa hii. Lazima Ted mwingine. Si ndio wewe?
Yako na kutumia kama hewa.
Buda.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Ted Odera, and I'm a resident of Arlington, Texas. I met Charles not many years ago. I've been here for a long time. Let me give you like a small backstory. Maybe some of the older people here who've been in Arlington for a very long time may remember my father, George Odera. I used to live here in Arlington. He retired, now he's back home. He's also running for political office. His is on a very much lower scale. He's doing MCA.
Beautiful.
He tried last time wakamwiba. Na kuna jamaa moja amekuja hapa maongea the truth. There was a gentleman here that spoke the truth. This gentleman over here. What he said, it seems like it's comedy, but it's 100% the truth. People who are in your team will sabotage you. You have to make sure that your eye is on the prize. They will come pay those people. They'll beat you up, including you. So the way they do politics here in this country is different the way we do it back home. Back home, we do it in an acute level. We do everything to win the political office. But utafaulu. So going back to how I met Charles, there was a gentleman who used to live in Arlington called Nyangwara.
Yes.
Nyangwara, we've been Nyangwara. I think he's in the Kisi community. You guys must know him.
Yes.
But anyway, Charles loves football. I do love football as well. I'm not talking about American football, but Kenyan football. So that and his brother, the younger brother of Nelly, so it was those two of them that came over there, and and Charles went for a hard tackle. Akamuuliza mtu, but akamwambia pole, akasema tu Paul Scholes, and he walked away. So if some of you guys remember, Paul Scholes used to play for Manchester United. So to this day, I call him Paul Scholes. So going back to politics, I myself, I went and campaigned for my father for that small office. You may think it's a joke. Utakuwa unapeana pesa, my friend. Utakuwa mlolongo kama nyoka. Mbaki ipotele ndani ya mahindi. So you'll be giving money, at the same time you'll be sleeping. Watu wanakuja kwako 4 in the morning. And that's no joke. Now watatoka kwako by midnight, around midnight. Some of them will stick around till 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So ulali. And then sometimes you have to do some campaigning at night. Mpaka niko nauliza, nani tunaenda hapa kuna giza, you're going to campaign at 2 in the morning, surely. Now see, we're not going to a disco, but it's, surely it's campaigning. Unaenda kwa nyumba hata ukataka chai imewekwa, mnaongea, you're strategizing. So there's no sleeping, but as long as you put your heart in it, usikufe moyo, people will say things, including your own relatives, that you paid school fees for, that you've helped with employment, kila kitu. Watakutusi, watachukua pesa, watakurushia mavitu. So as long as you have your head straight, screwed up straight on your body, keep your focus going on, you'll be fine, my friend. That's all I have to say. Asante.
Asante. Piwa picha na yeye. Kuna kijana hapa alikuwa ametengeneza mitambo kuja useme kitu.
That's a Rico.
Yeye kijana yeye. Makofi kwa Rico Demo.
My name is Eric Kondimo, and Charles is my friend. I knew him 2 years ago. I didn't know him 3 years ago. Like the rest of you, I knew him 2 years ago. I was introduced to him by my cousin, Jared. I was looking for a place to take my truck. You know, you have your truck, you take it here, you don't get money. You take it here, no money. So I asked, where can I take my truck? Then I was told, take it to Charles. When I took it to him, in 2 years, I've done things that I did not do for 7 years. Within 2 years, I've done things I could not do for 7 years. All this time I've been doing trucking. So he's a very good person. And I think he's the only person who's going to bring generational change to the leadership of Kisii County. The only person. So we have the hope in him. And I know, my brother, you will get it. You will get it. Thank you. Makofi, boy. Asante sana. And I just want to give assurance to each and every one of you that we'll do the best we can to get everybody accommodated to speak. Na hatuwezi maliza kama kila mtu atasema yaliyo moyoni mwake. Want this to be neutral. But as we do that, I don't want us to miss the moment or the occasion of what brought us here today, which is to welcome Charles and have listened to him and hear his wisdom and hear his vision, have him answer to us the 5 whys. And I'm not the right person to welcome Charles. I think if I get Vincent Tong here, akona mdomo kubwa kuliko yangu. Tutakuja kukaribisha gavana. Makofi kwa Tony.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a humble honor and privilege to introduce to you one and only Governor Charles Chwera Matoke. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my humble honor, my privilege to welcome to you one and only Governor Kisii County, come 2022, Charles Chwera Matoke. You are wasting my energy, my friend.
Go back again.
Okay. I'll review the 4. I'll review the 4, right? I'll review the 4. Batam was in the movie.
Go ahead.
I reviewed the 4. Hold on. Now we introduce the governor. Hold on. We have okay. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's my honor, my privilege to introduce to you the governor of Kisii County, current 2022, Charles Chwera Matoke.
we've been waiting for. Take our seats, relax, and get to hear our next governor, Kisii County.
Makofi ya gavana, makofi ya gavana tafadhali. Makofi tena. Chinkovi.
Thank you. Na wasalimu nyote katika jina la Yesu. Hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Kwanza kabisa nichukue fursa hii kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kutupa uhai. Secondly, nimshukuru Mungu kwa kutuwezesha sote kuwa hapa leo. Kuna wengi waliotarajia kuiona siku hii lakini hawakuweza. Si eti sisi ni wazuri zaidi kuwaliko, lakini ni kwa sababu ya upendo wa Mwenyezi Mungu na kwa sababu ya mipango yake kwa maisha yetu. Itifaki ikizingatiwa, mabibi na mabwana, wageni wote mliohudhuria huku siku ya leo. Najua wengi mmeshangazwa na Kiswahili changu mufti. Lakini kwa sababu kwanza nimlete mke wangu Elizabeth kwenyu. This is my wife Elizabeth. Na namjua ni Mswahili. Kwa hiyo mimi naongeleshwa Kiswahili usiku na mchana. Kama mnataka kumuona Joho wa Kisii, pili nimlete mwanangu, my son, anaitwa Christopher Neema Matoke. Christopher, say hi. Huyu ni kijana wangu, is the third born. Tuko na wasichana wawili wako nyumbani, Kayla and Kaylee, and then tuna last born kitinda mimba. Right. Yupo ndani. Na jina lake ni Nakai. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this special opportunity to thank you all most sincerely for taking your time to be here tonight. Najua wengi muna vitu vingine vya kufanya. You have other things that you would have done tonight, but you are here. You are not here to waste your time. You can take that to the bank, that your time tonight will count and shape the politics of Kisii County, Kenya as a nation, Africa as a continent, and the world. And that is after we make Kisii County the model county. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, kwanza niwaombe nafasi ili niweze kujieleza na kujileta kwenu, niweze kuwaeleza mimi ni nani, nimepitia wapi mpaka nimefika huko nilipo. Wow. I am a man born of a woman. My mother, right there by the name Helen Matoke, Mama Tenova Kwani. Mama yangu huyu, kama wale wote ambao mmeniongelesha kuhusu siasa and how politics can damage families, politics can destroy people, you can go to the grave because of politics. This woman lost her husband because of politics. Na amezikwa yuko down in the grave, 6 feet under. Mama Isaransi. There are people who ask why I am doing what I'm doing. I lost my father at a tender age because of politics, because of what he stood for, because some people could not stomach what he stood for. The people of diaspora, you have shaped me to be the person that I am today, because most of my adult life I have been here in the diaspora. So I will give you a little background of where I started, how I have gotten to where I am, how I got to meet most of you. So my story goes back to 1985. Two teachers met, they fell in love, and they started a family. That's the late Christopher Matoke and my mother, Helen Mura Nyangena. There's 3 of us at home, and I'm the second born of 3 brothers. My elder brother Peter is not here tonight. He's in Kenya because as an elder brother, he believes in what I am doing, and he believes that Kisii County will be safe in the hands of Charles Matoke as governor. My brother has gone home 3 times campaigning for me even when I cannot go because he believes in what I do. My younger brother Nelson, everybody in our home is unique in their own little way. Nelson has been home twice before the last time I went home. And all these people believe in the journey and they believe in this process and they know that this is the time. We were answering those questions. Why? When? How? The when is now. There is no better time than now to liberate our people of Kisii County and to take Kisii County to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you where I started. I went to a very local primary school. In fact, it was not local, it was an international school in those standards. That was Genesis Preparatory and Primary School in Kisii, which was owned by Madam Mary, an English woman who was married to a Kisii. And that is where the story began. All the way through St. Mary's Mosocho Primary School. And I'm saying this because I know I have other comrades and I have friends that I went to school with who resonate with what I'm going to say tonight. So I went through my education, went to Kisii High School, briefly went to Chemelil Academy, where I met Tall's brother, who was my English teacher. So if you hear me speak any English, it's because of the Luo man. You all heard of someone here, we call him his Englishness, Sylvester Luoch. Speak tonight. Chemelil Academy, Kisii High School, where I was the dining hall captain. That may not mean a lot to many people, but I will tell you, leadership. Start cultivating leadership from scratch, from down there, primary school, high school. That is where I was a dining hall captain in Kisii High School. I was actually the minister for finance in high school. Food was everything, top player. George, their teacher, Starre Boys Center, can tell you. I went to the university, USIU. I was a sophomore when I met student president, the first ever sophomore to become student leader. And I'm not here to praise myself. I am here to tell you that these things can be done. It is not about experience, somebody said. It is about principle. Gabriel Chimwani here, my friends, we went to the same college. He was my captain, my soccer captain. This man is a leader, I can tell you that. He's a business leader now. This man knows where we started and how far we have come. Second year at the university, I became Kenya National Student, student leader USIU, the Student Affairs Council chairman. I came 2 years later, I became Kenya National Students Union chairman, charge of all public and private universities. And I went unopposed, and I will tell you why. Because I wrote a strategy paper, and I wrote it to the USAID, and I said, why we need to cultivate young student leaders who can take over the leadership of the country. You must have structures, and the structures start all the way below. That is when the USAID funded the program for Kenasu, for student leadership. And for the very first time, Nairobi University said, we will let this thing go to private universities. And the first private university to hold it was USIU, and I was a student chairman. Fast forward, I come to the United States. I land in South Dakota to do my master's degree in 2010. I do my master's, and I get an opportunity to join the US Army. And that is where the leadership story continues. I'm just giving you a brief background of who I am so you can understand and be with me in this journey when I speak. At the Army, I learned a lot of stuff. That is where you learn discipline. Of course I learned discipline from home. I learned watching my father do things. My father was a politician. I attended strategy meetings, and my father would ask me one. That's why I say every time you get an opportunity to take your son anywhere or your daughter, do it. Don't lock doors for them and say watoto wakae huko or this, that. If you can, let them listen in. I listened to every strategy meeting, and that man was a genius. Every time he would ask me a question, what do you think of that man? When I told him what I intended to say, what did you get from it? What do you think he thought? You know, he would ask me provoking questions. And sometimes I would say the truth. I would say, I don't even think the man supports you. The man would say, you don't think he supports me? I will make him support me. And I would ask, how would you do that? He would say, watch him take a loan for me to run my campaign. All right? So, I joined the US Army, where I learned a few things that have shaped my life. And have shaped the life of the people around me. You've had people speak. And this, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, politics is not easy. I do not count myself as a politician. I am a leader. Politics is just the process. If there is a way that we could go around politics and get to that leadership, to do things, to get managerial position, if we can run Kisii County as a business, Kisii County will thrive and our people will thrive.
That is above the gauge.
So why are we here? Why are we doing this? How are we going to do it? Alright? So I'm going to give you a view of Kisii County. Alright? We'll give a view of our people, as the people of Kisii County. We will talk about the Kisiis in the diaspora. Our remittances back to Kenya. At the foreign exchange back to Kenya is the major income earner of Kenya. Alright? Last year when we had the pandemic, the first quarter, a third of Kenya's, was it 3 trillion?
Yes.
What is it called?
GDP.
The GDP. A third of that came from the diaspora. A third. You think about the power that you have. I will tell you some time back, I remember in Kisii County, kuna wakati the US government sent FBI to Western Union right next to Nabongo. Ulikuwa unatoka ndani na karatasi yako unasongesha kando. Why? Because Kisiis are industrious. We send a whole lot of money and we support a lot of families back home. I'm not only talking about Kisiis, I'm talking about Africans in general. We send a lot of remittances back home. Kwa hivyo, we also need to be considered in equal measure when it comes to leadership. Because we have a say. Alright? Right now in Kisii County, we have the Central Bank of Kenya. Kisii County has a Central Bank of Kenya. Why? Because we are, as a people, very industrious. Alright? Now, I want you guys to put things into perspective. And I want to tell you why we need to participate in making our country. And I'm using Kisii County as a model. So if you're here, you're from Sondu, if you're here, you're from Kisumu, if you're here, you're from Siaya, I want you to take, when I speak about Kisii, put Siaya in that space.
Machakos.
Put Machakos. Put Kakamega. Alright, put Busia, wherever that you come from. So, things have been done a certain way for a very long time that it's high time we get things done in a different way. We have to have a paradigm shift in the way that we think and in the way that we do things. Tonight I'm just speaking to the people here in the diaspora because it is you, it is us who influence these things. I come to you, not that I know any better than you do. I know the same things that you guys know. It's only that I am just a torch bearer. If you're walking at night, one of you has to hold the torch, but 6 of us can be walking that same direction using the same light. Alright? So I'm no better than you guys who are seated here. What I am saying is that there has to be someone to ignite that passion that we have from the diaspora to start this journey together. So ladies and gentlemen, Kisii County, we as a people, we are not saying that we need to change our family structures and our conviction on how we run our families No, that is not what I'm saying. But the world is moving and the world is changing, and we have to move with the world. Okay? I want, when a young man in Abagusii wakes up in the morning, I want him to be able to compete with a man in California. Same day, same time. Why? The internet. We can compete. We need, in America, anywhere you move, you will see a signpost written jobs. In America, you will never lack a job. What you will lack is a job of your preference. That you can. But there will always be a job. Because everyone is hiring. If I tell you to start moving from here, this is MATOKE. By the time you get to I-20, hiring, now hiring, now hiring. Every single shop is hiring. Why? Because people deliberately sat somewhere and decided that we have to change the fortunes of our people. And that is why we come to you here today, to say that you guys, as people of the diaspora, we need to ignite that passion within us and start this journey. In Kisii County, because of our family structures and our background and how we've been raised, when my great-grandfather gave birth to my grandfather, the late Simon Bosire, he prepared the late Simon Bosire for the 60s and the 70s. When my father was born, by my grandfather Simon Bosire, my father was born, Christopher MATOKE. His father Simon prepared him for the 80s and the 90s. Okay? 70s, 80s, 90s. Now, I was born. My father gave birth to me, right? Yep. I am here. And my father prepared me for the 90s, 2000s, 2010, 2020s. My son was here, he spoke. He spelled his name, right? Yes. I have to start thinking on how my son will live in the next couple of years. We have to start finding solutions for the future. As a people, we have to start to be forward thinking. How do we do that? I will tell you, Kisii County is very small. Kisiis, we do not have land. And culturally, my father was forced to build a house so he can be called a man. That because you don't have a house, you are not a man. Once he had his house, now we were born. I also have a house. My son is going to have a house. If we talk about the avocado industries, where do we have the land for the trees, for the avocado trees? Exactly. Yes, now we may have it for the sugarcane. 20 years to come, my son will be 25, 26 years old. Where will there be land for him to cultivate? We do not have the land. Let us start thinking outside the box. I know there is one question. Who put us inside the box? That's the first question. But the fact is, we're inside the box. So, let us find our way outside the box. As we all also try to find, we can find out later who put us inside the box. So before we find out that, while we are finding how to get outside the box, let us open our minds and start thinking. You guys are in the diaspora, and I will give you a sneak peek of what I'm talking about. So, Kisii County, our recurrent expenditure right now stands at 78%. For those who do not know, I'm an adjunct instructor who teaches at the university, and I teach economics. And I will break it down for you in very simple terms. Recurrent expenditure is the money that you pay salaries, is the money that you pay electricity, is the money that you pay fuel, is the money that you pay for guards who guard the governor and all the county officials, is the money that just goes every month. Alright? So, if our recurrent expenditure stands at 78%, how much money do we have for development? We will never develop if we keep doing things the same way, expecting different results. I will tell you, an MCA who's running for office now is telling his people, I will employ you at the county. There are no jobs at the county because 10 people are doing work that 2 people are supposed to be doing, and they are not even doing it. What different are we going to bring? Alright? So, we have to, as a county government, we will look outside, you know, the government, the central government, the county government, and make jobs easy to get outside the government and make them lucrative. You make it easy for businesses to thrive. How do you do that? I will tell you. Industries, that is one. Those who know Kisii County well, when we had Kisii Bottlers never had more than 600 employees. But every time a Kisii Bottlers employee would walk into a restaurant, a nightclub, whatever, you will know them. The confidence. They will walk in and you say, that guy is a sales rep at Kisii Bottlers. Why? It was the pride of Kisii County. Now, economics again. Matters demand and supply. Money would trickle down. When you have 600 people making at least $300, $400, that is 30,000, 40,000 shillings every single month. Those are the same people who would be spending in town. And when they spend, that money trickles down. I will give you a sneak peek on how we can do this, because I have people in here that we have spoken and we have talked to companies and we have done our research. There are companies here who would want to do business back home, but they do not trust the people, because every time they go, they hit certain hurdles. Assuming, I'm just saying hypothetically speaking, we have county government land and we give a parcel of land to a company here in the diaspora, in the United States, and we say, we have given you this land. You put a call center with 3,000 employees. Maybe we can say a third of those employees have to come from Kisii County. But I will tell you, my people, whether or not they come from Kisii County, we have 3,000 people now employed in Kisii County, working in the private sector. I am not saying that I will take over the county government and force people to quit their jobs and kick people out from their jobs. No. We will make jobs with the private sector very lucrative for them to just leave voluntarily from government and go to the private sector. How do you do that? I want you guys to do a simple math. Assuming we just convince one company to open a call center in Kenya, in Kisii County to be precise. We give them county government land and we tell them this is public land. Set up your call center here, 3,000 people. In America, maybe they make between $15 and $18 an hour, right? If you add on all these add-ons like for healthcare, money for dental, all these other things, comes to about $25 an hour, right? That makes it about $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month, right? We tell this company, we will give you the best of the best. Get people even from Ethiopia, wherever you want to get them. Bring them to Kisii County. Give them these call center jobs. Pay them $1,000 each a month. 3,000 people. First shift, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. 1,000 people. Making $1,000 a month. A month, not even a week, just a month. So that these companies can also get relieved. Alright? Save as much money as they can, because businesses are about maximizing on profits and reducing as much as they can on cost.
Thank you.
Okay? So, this company is it has 3,000 people, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. first shift. 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. second shift. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. third shift. 3,000 people employed in Kisii County. You have just made Kisii County a 24-hour economy. And I will explain. Wow. That is just one company. I will explain. 3,000 people making $1,000 every month. That is 100,000 Kenyan shillings. You have made the Kisii County economy to thrive by 300 million Kenyan shillings every single month. Put that into perspective. It's about demand and supply. Now you have 3,000 people who are employed in Kisii County. When I leave my job at 6 a.m., what do? I go straight to buy tomatoes. I go hang out with my friends. That is a 24-hour economy. That is how it's created. So there's a mama mboga who has to wake up at 10 p.m., who has to be up at 10 p.m. so they can sell their mboga. Now, matters demand supply again. If a tomato goes for 20 shillings, now there is too much money chasing limited resources. So what are you creating? So, tomato that goes for 20 shillings, I can easily sell it for 30 because there is 3,000 people who need the same tomato. And who have what is called the purchasing power. Who have the money to buy that same tomato. So ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you why our county governments are bloated. So, you know how in the diaspora, if you park your car downtown Fort Worth, downtown Dallas, you park it during the week, midweek, there is no one to give you a receipt for parking that car there, right? Nobody is giving you a receipt. Why? There are systems in place. Leave it there for 15 minutes. It will be towed. Why will it be towed? Because they deliberately made an effort to make systems that work. So that car will be told, their recurrent expenditure is very low. Why? They don't need anybody. The system will ping at the county and say, Mr. X is parked their car. He has not put the coins in. You need to go pick up that car. You go to the county to pick up your car, right? To the city. Kisii County. Montonaro Korikama listi. Ayomo. Montonaro Ugate Ligu. Ukawere. Montonaro Ugate Kebungo. Ugatato. Montonaro Ugate Keburi. Ukane. E supervisor nero. So you have 5 people doing same job that nobody actually needs to be there. That other countries don't have anyone doing it. Alright? So these are some of the things that we're talking about. And I want you guys to get me right. I am not in any way saying that we do not need to give people our jobs because we are creating jobs for them. Right? What I am saying is that at least let them do the job first. Because these people are not even doing their job anyway. Alright? Let them at least even do the job. Then secondly, you have 5 people doing a job that maybe one person needs to do. Okay? And do it effectively. So, if we talk about recurrent expenditure, there is so much that we can do with the resources that we are given. I will take you back to what I was saying about land in Kisii. If I have to build a house, my brother Nelson is building his. My brother Peter has finished building his. Everybody's building. My children will start building theirs. Nelly's children will start building theirs. Peter's children will be building theirs. What land do we have for avocado industries and sugarcane? This is the solution that I have, that I bring forth, because this comes actually from you. We have seen. Somebody talked here about fintech. The Harvard School is watching Kenya as a potential hub for fintech. That is where the world is moving to. Now, do we have the capacity as Kenya to support those things when they come? Do we? We want to start doing it now. I want when someone in, like I said, in Keroka wakes up in the morning, is on the internet with the same opportunity as somebody in New York City. And it's happening. That is what we want. We want to look at digital jobs. We want to encourage young people. People have asked me questions. You keep talking about young people, young people, young people. How about the old? I will tell you, 50% of old people's problems are young people. Yes. And I will qualify my statement. There is a woman in Kisii, authority child 1963. Since 1963. There is a man, they have sold their land to take their children to school. They go to school, college, they speak fluent English. University of Nairobi. I went to the University of Nairobi. If you don't put the, you do not agree. In the Chang'an, then they will chase you. How can you talk about Nairobi University without putting the Nairobi University? It has to be the. These boys and girls are back home. They do not have anything, giving ulcers to their parents, high blood pressure to their parents. If we find a solution to the young people, I can assure you that 50% of illnesses and issues and problems that our old mamas and babas have will be sorted. Because they have invested so much in their children and they want to see a future for their children. Now, I do not come to you, I do not want to bore you. I just want you guys to believe in the diaspora candidates who come forth to say what they intend to do. If we stand together and have all these solutions are with us, I can tell you that we have these solutions with us. We just need someone to stand up and unlock that potential, because I know we have what it takes. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you this. In the diaspora, we have all sorts of people. We have a pool of knowledge here in the diaspora. We have people from all walks of life. I know if I need something done specifically, let's say anything to do with entertainment, anything to do with social media, I will call my friend Charles Tall Oliver. The guy is not even from Kisii County, but he's here. I have white friends. I have Indian friends. Ask yourself why India has taken over the world market. And I will explain this. India is doing all back office work for major companies, Google, talk of Apple. Why can't we have Kisii County? Something set in Ichuni Ward, in Womoreda Ward, doing back office for Apple. It is possible. I can tell you that. What we need is to believe in ourselves. We need to equip these young people with the tools that they need. Information, ICT centers. That is all we need. Of course we need several other things, but I can tell you the future of these young ones, that is what we need to be looking at this time. I come forth not because I'm any better than you guys. I said I am just one among equals. We are all equals. I have just presented myself because we cannot all sit and wait. If anybody else presents themselves, also give them an opportunity and listen to them. But I will tell you what the army taught me. It's called leadership. Loyalty. Loyalty to your people, loyalty to the cause, loyalty to country and to the county. Duty. What is my civic duty? In 1961, when JFK was getting ready to speak, as he was being installed as US President, this is what he said: ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. What can you do for Kisii County? Ladies and gentlemen. Selfless service. Are you able to give up a lot of things just to help others and to help your county and to help your people? You know, time has gone when we only give handouts. It is time that we stand up to be counted, and we must make a difference. Honor, be a man of honor. You know? Think about our county, think about our people. Somebody said here that we need to make Kisii County or whatever county that you come from so lucrative that people don't need to come from there and come here. But you have seen people try to go back to their countries. And they are doing this, you know, just trying to make their countries a better place for every boy and child to live in. We have to start looking at the future. Integrity. I will tell you this. You can have a million, billion, $1 trillion plan, but if you do not have integrity, it's all useless.
Amen.
And then selfless service and personal courage. Do you have the personal courage to do it? I am running for county governor of Kisii County because I believe I have what it takes. I will tell you guys, somebody mentioned here that Mheshimiwa Manga said we went to Houston to meet a presidential candidate. His name? President Dida. I met the man. We had a meeting for 3 days. First day, you walk through the door, you talk. Second day. The third day I walked in, I came straight. He did not even say good morning. He said, Mr. Matoke, what would you do if, that is the first question. Then he said, you know, I've been interviewing you for 2 days. This is the third day. But every time I talk to you, you tell me, we talk about Singapore, we talk about China, and I will tell you literally, the man is very smart. We would sit in the middle of a field, and that is where he would, you know, you would have your day. He would be questioning you, he would take breaks, and he would say, let's exercise. You exercise, do push-ups, this, that, and then he'll bring you back to the meeting. Third day he said,
Me, I get tired.
I have asked you questions. I have been interviewing you. This is the third day. But every time we talk about Singapore, we talk about China, we talk about Japan, and this is how you finish. But you know, in Kisii County, he said, you have limited your mind too thin. Right? He said, I see you as my potential running mate for president. And you are here telling me about Kisii County every time. So let me tell you guys that we have what it takes. But all I am asking you is that you have to rise up. Come with me and let us help Kenya become Kisii County, Kenya as a country, Africa, and the world can take Kisii County as a model county for the rest of the world. So with all that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight I do not want to bore you. I know we are going to engage in other forums. I know, you know, I talk to a lot of you in many forums. Proposals are coming and I will be engaging a whole lot of you. I know the party is an issue. Running mate is an issue. There are offers for us to become running mates. There are offers for us to go for Senate. There are offers for us to do this and that. All those things will come. Politics is not easy. I know that, I can tell you. And I will tell you because that woman sitting there lost her husband because he was killed because of what he stood for. Because of politics. Because of what he wanted to do for the people. But if I can stand before you seeking the same positions that my father sought and he was killed for, do you think I do not pray to a God? I pray to a living God. And I ask God to give me direction. All I am asking you guys is to pray for us. You know, ile maombi tu, ile munaweza peana. And if you can take your cell phones and call your people back home, give them a message of hope. The only thing we are selling is hope. Nothing more. I want to finish my speech here tonight and wish you, for those that I did not wish, a happy Thanksgiving, a Merry Christmas, and a prosperous 2022. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me. Thank you.
Moja, mbili, tatu, moja! Governor! Choice! Trial! Matoke! You can hear the message! Get around! Clear! Kijana! Ameweza! Ameweza! Tunakuja! 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 Matoke! Thank you so much!
give a vote of thanks and as well as close us with a word of prayer. Ezra.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity. Thank you, Your Excellency, for the opportunity for us to be here. I'll take this opportunity to thank you all for being here tonight. But before I say that, I could just look at this young man and say, wow, you have a conviction, young man. And we pray that whatever you're praying for and whatever your father planted in you will come to fruition. To everybody who is here, I am looking at this young man and thinking to myself, what an eloquent young man. I mean, we have had people talk about JFK in 1961. We had Barack Obama talk. But here we stand before our young man here, our brother, who is just as eloquent and as knowledgeable as your father. And I believe that whatever he has said, he will deliver. Some people might doubt, but as African we have been doubted before. But I will point something. Remember that at the moment, the richest person on earth was born in Africa. His name is Elon Musk. He's a guy who talks of the same principles you talk. His analysis of things comes from the first principle, which you eloquently speak of. And as we sit and watch you, everybody who is here, I believe, has been moved by your words, has been moved by the conviction of your mom and the brothers who have supported you and as friends. And we are going to be with you as you forge forward. We know you are carrying the torch, but we will be beside you wherever you go until the end. I take this opportunity to thank you all for taking your time to be here tonight. And I believe we will have many meetings and many venues to support this young man as he does that. I also believe there are other guys, and as you have seen, we have many aspirants who are going to run for offices. We pray for you guys, and we are going to be beside you. Thank you. Thank you for sparing your time and being here. And when you are called to support, as you have always, we believe that you will be there, and we are going to be with you till the end. Thank you. I'll say a very short prayer. As it will be evident I'm not a pastor, but I know I can say a very short prayer. Let's pray. Our loving Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. We thank you for the gift of life, and we thank you for our families you've given us, Father. We pray that whatever this gentleman has aspired and has a conviction to do, that you will guide him and be with him until he achieves that. We pray this, believing in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Everybody, thank you. As you did tonight, I want to leave you with a scripture from Numbers 6:24. The words of from God to Moses to Aaron, that may God bless you, may God shine His face upon you, and may He show you His countenance. Be blessed. Now.